All right, Marv, thank you very much. The top team in the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder at 20-5 against the 9-16 Kings. That is Tyreke Evans flying in for his second hit. So he has started 2 of 2. They got 2 from Cousins on a mid-range jump shot. And the Sacramento Kings are on top here early so far on the best team record-wise in the West. Kevin Harlan with Reggie Miller and Chris Webber. Cheryl Miller on our sideline. And Ibaka puts one down for the Thunder. Let's talk about these two teams. See, well, let's start about this Sacramento team that comes in having won 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, they've come in playing well as of late, but this is still a team with a lot of uncertainty, a city with a lot of uncertainty. As we talked to Coach Keith Smart earlier today, and he let us know that this OKC team is actually their template in Sacramento. They don't want to just win 3 out of 4. They want to have the best record in the league like this young OKC team.
And Reggie, the Thunder, they've won 12 of 15. Here is Kendrick Perkins, the ex-Celtic, and picked up by Jason Thompson. Thunder off to a 20-5 start. This is Foot putting it in from 3. That is Marcus Thornton, who is a former Southeastern Conference Player of the Year at LSU. And already a quick timeout taken by the Thunder. Sacramento has started 5 of 5 from the field. A sellout crowd, they're calling it a blackout. The only national TV appearance by the Kings this year. It's Game 2 on TNT. As you can see, a great start for the Sacramento Kings. Here's C-Web, there's Reg, and let's talk about this Kings team, a team you used to play for, and they feel very good about the future here.
They feel very good about the future, and I'm going to steal a line from Reggie. Reggie, whatever Keith Smart is selling in that locker room, I want something right now. Put me as an early investor, because he talks about trust, communication, and breeding again trust and stripping the ego off of these young players who really haven't accumulated anything but to build that work ethic.
Westbrook inside, diving for 2. Smart takes the place of Paul Westphal as the head coach back on January 5th. So they've already had a change. That's the 3rd turnover by the Kings. And Kevin Durant glides inside. The number 3 scorer in the NBA, Reggie, highlights a terrific Thunder team.
Well, between him and Russell Westbrook, they can score in bunches. And we talked about it at the Open. This Thunder team is the 5th in the league at scoring and getting off to quick starts. They like to get around 26, 27 points in the first period. As DeMarcus Cousins has come out on fire here in this first period.
Marcus Cousins, the high pick out of Kentucky a couple years ago. He is number 5 in rebounding in the NBA. He's one of the top scorers on this team. Ibaka fanning on the shot. It's picked up by Tyreke Evans. He was the great pick, of course, out of Memphis a couple years ago, and he leads the attack.
He does lead the attack. You know, his penetration, you see the turnover there, has been hurt a little bit by the fasciitis, but he will get stronger as the season goes on.
That is Cousins, who puts in another basket. He has started 4 of 4, 8 points in 4 minutes.
Well, right now the Thunder are settling for a lot of outside shots. This Sacramento Kings team is one of the worst teams in the defense, giving up points in the paint as Durant knocks down his second basket of the evening. If you're going to settle for outside shots against the Kings, you're playing into their wheelhouse.
Durant has started 2 of 4. He's coming off a 33-point night against Golden State on Tuesday. Both teams were off last night. Fresh legs tonight. Cousins rejected by Ibaka inside.
That's what Ibaka does right there. That's why he's one of the perennial shot blockers in this. When he comes over, his feet are in position. As you see right here, Westbrook coming for the charge, doesn't have to worry about it. Ibaka coming behind him for the help defense.
Kings at home are 6-4, 9-16 overall. Look at the drive by Thornton. Another block by Ibaka and picked up by Westbrook, the number 8 scorer in the NBA. He'll fly inside and can't hit it. Out of bounds. It's Sacramento's ball.
You see the spurt by Russell Westbrook. It was almost like 2 or 3 dribbles once he crossed half court, and he was at the rim. But when you get there, you got to be able to finish. Transition defense is going to be huge here for the Sacramento Kings. And you got a Kevin Durant and a Russell Westbrook, 2 guys that really love to attack that paint area.
Both teams love to run.
They do love to run. If you take a bad shot, as Reggie just said, that's a turnover on this team, because even after makes, this OKC team gets out as fast as any other team in the league.
The Kings are only 4.5 games out of the 8th playoff slot in the Western Conference, as the foul goes on Perkins, who picks up his first, and at the free throw line will be Jason Thompson. He's out of Ryder, number 12 pick 4 years ago, grew up in New Jersey. And his season last year was not as good as his first 2. He's kind of picking up his stride, though, here in his 4th campaign.
Well, he's learning a new system again under Keith Smart. A little bit of turmoil with Coach Paul Westphal early on. A lot of talk going on between Tyreke Evans, DeMarcus Cousins. You fire January 5th Paul Westphal, intern coach Keith Smart, who just signed a 2-year deal to coach these Kings, has come in. And you're right, Chris, he's putting in a lot of trust with his young players, which has really helped out.
He is, and you know, I liked how he talked about stripping down the ego and building them up again and letting them know of all the hardships that he's had in this game, from the D League, from playing, the NBDL, from playing overseas, coming back to the league. He's had his ups and downs, and if anyone understands what it's like to be a player, it's that coach, and he hopes to translate that with his communication on and off the court.
Cousins just picked up his first foul of the game. This puts Ibaka at the line to look at Keith Smart. If that name sounds familiar, he was a one-time head coach at Golden State. But before that, he was the guy that took a game-winning shot in the 87 National Championship game for the Indiana Hoosiers, and Coach Bob Knight that won it. From that point on, he kind of meandered his way through minor league basketball and the NBA. He played overseas. Now a coach 47 years of age from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Well, think of Austin Rivers knocking down that huge shot last night against North Carolina. Well, Keith Smart did it on the biggest stage.
Oh, man.
At the most critical
from
time.
From the corner over
yes.
Derek Coleman. Oh, man.
You remember it well,
seems like
don't
yesterday.
Here comes Thornton. Little pick and roll there with Cousins, who's very determined. A third block shot for Ibaka in the first half of the first quarter here in Sacramento.
Well, Serge Ibaka coming off 10 blocks against the Dallas Mavericks, already 3 here in this first period, really asserting himself defensively. And now you've got the top trio scoring team for the Thunder on the floor, with James Harden coming into the game.
Harden taking the place of Daquan Cook a couple minutes ago. Good looking rebound right there by Jason Thompson. They'll get a fresh shot clock with which to work.
And that's what you want to do. You want to get the most out of your possessions. That means if you miss a shot, try to get that rebound, because these guys will fast break. Off of makes, misses, anything, they're fast breaking.
That was John Salmons who took that shot, and there's a good steal by the Kings and a 3 by Thornton. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball. The feeling in this building is like what we find now in Oklahoma City. This was Oklahoma City before Oklahoma City. We take a timeout.
Chili's $20 dinner for 2 has a bold new favorite, steak. First share an appetizer, then choose 2 entrees, like our 100% USDA choice sirloin, available for a limited time on Chili's $20 dinner for 2.
I didn't know AutoTrader.com had new cars. But what kind of deal can I get? On AutoTrader.com, you can now compare brand new cars from local dealers and special offers. That one. So you can find the one new car your head and heart can agree on. Whoa.
AutoTrader.com. I'm Philippe Kahn, and I created the camera phone.
I'm Ray Kurzweil.
I gave your words a voice.
I created the ability to share video.
We turned your smartphone into a musical genius.
And I turned it into a bank.
I created Instagram.
We created Words with Friends.
And we created a better way to buy a smartphone. Any phone, any carrier, and all of their plans.
With lots of unbiased advice. Reserve a $50 gift card at bestbuy.com now for your next upgrade.
We want to protect the house.
Right.
But
home security systems can be really expensive. So to save money, we actually just adopted a Rescue Panther. we find that we don't need to sleep that much.
There's an easier way to save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
NBA League Pass delivers the most NBA games with more ways to watch. Sign up now to follow your favorite players and your favorite team on your choice of screens. Watch on TV, online, or on your mobile device. One price gets you the most NBA games, plus free mobile access anytime, anywhere.
What a play! The fans are loving it.
This is NBA League Pass. To order NBA League Pass for $169, call your cable, telco, or satellite provider or log on to nba.com/League Pass.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Chili's $20 dinner for two. Now with USDA Choice Sirloin Steak. By Office Max. This week only, check out the biggest deals of the year on ink and multi-purpose case paper at Office Max. By Men's Rogaine Unscented Foam. Stop losing, start gaining. Grow your game at Rogaine.com. And by Best Buy.
Welcome back to Sacramento, where the Kings lead by 6. Hello, everyone. I'm Cheryl Miller. Well, earlier in the week, I was able to catch up with the Kings owner, Gavin Maloof, who said that earlier in the season, he did not like the direction of the team. So he fired Paul Westphal, and he promoted Keith Smart. He liked the way that Smart has been promoting a family atmosphere with the players, holding them accountable, and then having them buy into a system with a lot of structure. Gavin did say that he likes the core of this young team with Evans, Cousins, and Thornton. And C. Webb, you mentioned that Coach Smart is trying to copy the template of OKC, but what about Portland as well? Do they have enough players to build to get to those elite teams?
You're exactly right, Cheryl. I think Portland is one of those elite teams, and I think just because we were talking about OKC today, that was the team brought up. But if Sacramento can emulate Portland's success on the court, I'm sure everyone would be happy.
Right now, Durant with a quick 6 points in this game. Smart was telling us before the game that one of the things he thought was lacking when he played in the NBA was a lot of one-on-one time with the coach. As Tyreke Evans takes it, and here's Cousins, is off to a blistering start, takes it inside. So Smart has tried to form the way he had coaches to what he thought he was missing as a player, some real connection with the head coach.
Well, it really started back when he was at Indiana, that one-on-one relationship he had with Bob Knight. Yeah. Bob Knight was very hands-on with all his players, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Hands-on.
Very hands-on at times. But he has brought that here. The key is the young players buying into the system and how quickly they can adapt as Perkins gets his first field goal to go. And it's going to be curious to see how this ride and these young players develop under Keith Smart.
Foul was called inside on the Sacramento Kings, John Salmons. He's floated around the league, Milwaukee, Chicago now for a second time here in Sacramento. And Chris Webber surviving the early emotion of a building is huge. But that just goes to show you kind of where this Oklahoma City Thunder team is right now. It's a young team, yet they've been together so long, they're used to this kind of atmosphere and how to handle it.
And they showed that experience and patience the other night when they beat Golden State. They showed that experience and patience when they played other teams. I really like the fact that this is a young veteran team. They've had the opportunity to play together for a while, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Kings have now missed 8 straight shots. They go inside. That's a Kings foul. Looks like Jason Thompson is going to pick it up with 4:45 to play here in the first quarter.
It looked like Michael Smith was going to call an offensive foul on Kevin Durant, and it was the official underneath the basket, Derek Collins, who called the block.
It'll be on Thompson, who picks up his first. Let's watch it again.
Well, the reason why they call it, you see Jason Thompson's hands are extended out. If he had his hands straight up, that would have been an easy charge call for the official, but when you have your hands extended right there, it looks like you're going into the offensive player.
As we now take a look at the national TV big board, a full slate of games across the NBA networks. You see what's on ESPN, Lakers in New York, that's tomorrow. The Thunder will be at Utah. Oklahoma City right now is going through a stretch, C-Wrap, of 4 games and 5 nights, which has been typical of every team in the league so far.
Yeah, we can't feel sorry for them because every team is going through it, but I tell you, having the best record in the league and youth being served, you like seeing that they've come out, paid attention to detail, and they're fighting through the fatigue.
Thunder right now on a 10-1 run.
It helps to be relatively healthy. Only Eric Maynard, who went down with that knee injury, is lost for the season. But this is a very young, energetic. Harden comes up with the steal.
Top scorer off the bench in the league. He's had a couple of 19-point performances in a row. He just gives the Thunder their first lead tonight.
12-6 advantage with points in the paint. We talked about this Sacramento King team, one of the worst in the league at giving up points in the paint.
Thornton. Rebound by Ibaka. I know defensive rebounding has been a huge concern for the Thunder. Nice knock away and a turnover right there taken by Tyreke Evans. And then he'll lose the ball. And then Durant vacuums it in. Westbrook, Perkins, Durant. And another Kings foul with 3:40 to play in the first quarter. And I know we are a good way into this first quarter as Cousins picks up his second personal foul. But, Reg, let's take a look at your keys for tonight, the Kings and the Thunder.
Well, when you're playing the best team in the league, offensive rebounding is going to be key. The Kings #1 in offensive rebound, and you got to limit transition for Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. And once we go to break, we'll come back with my last key, and that's keeping Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant out of the paint, something they have the advantage tonight so far.
NBA League Pass delivers the most NBA games with more ways to watch. Sign up now to follow your favorite players and your favorite team on your choice of screens. Watch on TV, online, or on your mobile device. One price gets you the most NBA games, plus free mobile access anytime, anywhere.
What a play! The fans are loving it.
This is NBA League Pass. To order NBA League Pass for $169, call your cable, telco, or satellite provider or log on to nba.com/League Pass.
The Thunder with the second best record in the NBA, coming in 20-5 with a look at Kevin Durant, two-time scoring champion in the NBA. Had that contract extension that he signed over the summer, which will take him through the 2016 season, and he tweeted the information. No big press conference for him, just 140 characters, and that was it.
Well, welcome to the new world, but you know what, Kevin, I wanted to get back to one of Reggie's keys, because Reggie is a great player, but he said keep Westbrook and Durant out the paint, and they're the #1 duo in the NBA of doing that. And what did you just tell me about the defensive team is stacking the paint?
What the numbers?
No. Like, you know, like if you try to stop them, I agree, that's a heck of a key. But how do you plan to do that?
You got to build a wall. You got to get back in transition, build a wall, and build out. And that's something that's very difficult for young teams to do because it takes effort.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to give the effort, then Westbrook and Durant are going to be in there all night, along with Harden.
Nick Collison has come in, and he takes a charge. You know what? He's one of the best guys on this Thunder team doing that. Took one the other night, the game before. Collison, it's the third foul, 2 now, on DeMarcus Cousins, and that is not good news for the Kings.
I don't like the call, Chris. I know Nick Collison is a defensive player, and he's good at drawing those fouls right there. But
he's so good.
For a guy to pick up his third foul, it's almost like he's done for the half because of that.
I agree. I think that's on reputation that Collison does that so much. The refs just trusted it.
14-1 run for the Thunder. Cousins inside, and they're playing with him. You can see rebound by Collison, who's got a rebound. He's taken a charge, and he set a screen moments ago. Here is Harden. Oh, look at him wind and weave and go right to the rack, and picked up on the play by Evans to Thornton. Oh, nice fake. Nice fake by Thornton.
Tell you what, this atmosphere in this building is unbelievable. It was like back in the days when C. Webb was knocking down, getting triple doubles.
A basket by Ibaka with the move inside the paint. The foul called on him. That Kings basket, by the way, at the other end, breaking a drought of over 5 minutes. Ibaka picks up his first foul.
Marcus Thornton with a nice little fake to DeMarcus Cousins. It's the Thunder up by 1.
Discover the phenomenon that is now the #1 movie in America. Chronicle, rated PG-13, now playing only in theaters.
Breakfast sandwiches with eggs freshly prepared every morning at BK with sizzling sausage, hardwood smoked bacon, or smoky sweet ham. And now choose any two for only $3. Mornings are twice as good, only at Burger King.
They're supremely agile, remarkably powerful, and fiercely independent. This is Jaguar at play.
TBS.
What does TBS mean to me?
Terabyte subdirectory.
It's a joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he didn't tell it right.
The Big Bang Theory, Tuesday starting at 8. New on TBS.
Very funny.
TNT tomorrow.
NYPD, we're here to talk to you.
They've done the crimes.
We already caught you in one line.
But you get to enjoy the time.
We have the evidence. Charge him.
Put your hands on your heads.
I got him!
In every arresting episode of Law and Order.
Is that a fact?
It's the real justice of ripped from the headlines drama.
We're not offering a plea bargain.
You've got to come with us.
Back-to-back episodes of Law and Order. Tomorrow starting at 7. Only on TNT. We know drama. New to TNT Mondays, meet Jane.
Mr. Jane.
Mr. Jane. Patrick Jane.
He sees what others can't.
What I'm looking at right now is a big fat liar.
He knows what others don't.
Look into my eyes and hold this.
Jane has unusual methods.
And on TNT Mondays, he solves what no one else can.
I'll take that as a confession.
Start your week with something to talk about.
So all this is just guesswork.
Pretty much. Well played.
The Mentalist Mondays.
Feels good to be right.
Back-to-back episodes, Monday at 8. New to TNT.
Those guys are the best professionals. They come in every single day, work hard, and they don't complain about anything. You know, I may miss Nick on a wide open jump shot. He doesn't complain. He comes back and plays hard every single day, and those guys I really look up to. So, you know, if things aren't going right in the locker room, which they happen, those guys are the main guys that speak up.
C-Webb Collison has played 8 years. Perkins is in his 9th year. Perkins has won an NBA title with the Boston Celtics. Two pretty good guys for a young team to follow.
Yeah, they are. And I can tell you personally that championship experience that mattered by playing with a guy named Chucky Brown. He just brought so much professionalism to our team that we could see the way. And in interviewing Kevin Durant the other night on NBA TV, we asked him how did that leadership transfer to him. He said it transferred to him on the defensive end because he knows these guys play defense, and he needs to bring that up too.
Muhammad has come in for a bucket. Chuck Hayes has come in for the Kings. The foul right there goes on Collison for the first time.
Well, note to KD, Nick Collison is a little upset that you're not dumping down the ball a little bit to him.
Just a little.
He may not say anything to you, but he knows where his bread and butter is.
2 to play. We are in the first quarter. Nice move across the lane there by Thompson. Won't go, and here comes Westbrook. The Thunder shooting 44%. The Kings at 36%. Kings were red hot to start the game, but they have cooled. And as we mentioned before, weathering the storm as we've got some movement inside. The 3-second violation called on Collison. That is the 6th turnover. Turnover is a concern for Scott Brooks.
Both of these teams are terrible at controlling tempo and the ball. 30th is the Thunder in turnovers, and 25th is the Sacramento Kings at holding on to the basketball.
Chuck Hayes. Thompson gets it. Kings have missed now 14 of their last 15 shots. Thompson, a little bit of a screen. They watch Evans. John Salmons. That is a 3.
If we've seen one weakness, if you have to try to pick one out of the OKC Thunder over the last 3 or 4 games, it's been their pick-and-roll defense. When you see Monte Ellis scoring, when you see Tony Parker, all being able to attack the big man on the pick-and-roll.
Well, they've had some pretty impressive players get big numbers over the last couple games. 7th turnover there.
And what I like is you got to be able to attack the defense. Wide open Salmons in the corner from the pass from Evans. You're right, Chris. If you look at the last 5-6 ball games and some of the numbers that are Tony Parker 42, LaMarcus Aldridge 39, Monte Ellis 48. If you can attack the interior of these bigs and dish it out to guys that can knock down jump shots, that's the kind of success you've got to have.
Reggie Jackson has come in now for the Thunder. Under a minute to play. Thunder with a foul to give. Thompson. And I think Thompson got it, although Chuck Hayes' hand was there. Thompson was the last to touch it. And we got a 4-point game. Kings at 38%. They got 8 from Cousins, but he's playing with 3 fouls. Now sitting on the bench, the Thunder with 9 from Kevin Durant. And he is resting. Here is Jackson, the rookie.
It's okay to get a little bit of a sweat, Rook. Run up once or twice. Don't mind you putting it up, but how about just one sweat bead?
Evans over Jackson. And the rebound by Harden.
You know, those explosive moves like we saw right there, dribble hard, stop, cut back. Tyreke Evans really hasn't been able to do that over the last year with the injury in his foot, the plaster foul in the eyes. You cannot plant and get back with an injury like that.
Harden trying to go inside with 1.2 to play in the first. That's the 8th turnover. 8 turnovers for the Thunder, who were off last night. They beat Golden State Tuesday by 3. They won in Portland in a huge win in overtime by 4 on Monday. Good if it goes for Evans. That is the end of the first. The Kings started the game on an 11-2 run. They close it on a 7-0 run at the end of 1. In game 2, we've got a nice one here brewing in Sacramento.
I gotta get a guitar.
I found 12 musical instrument stores.
How do I play London Calling? Whole Lotta Love? A B minor 9th.
I found this for you.
Add Migraine Headache to my list of band names. Tell Julie and Kate our band is playing at the garage tonight.
Here's your message to Julie and Kate.
Call me Rock God.
From now on, I'll call you Rock God, okay?
Let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady.
Ciroc Ultra Premium. Perfectly smooth. Next Gear is reinventing the best-selling Camry and making it a 200 horsepower, 43 mpg rated hybrid. Next Gear is the ability to connect to the world with your voice.
Find copy.
Next Gear is taking your smartphone and giving it wheels. Next Gear is the new 2012 Toyota Camry Hybrid, which is ahead of everything. The new 2012 Toyota Camry Hybrid. It's everything you love, nothing you expect.
Tomorrow, the greatest journey in the universe is right here on Earth.
A mysterious island.
That is so sick.
And we go the other way. Journey 2, rated PG, tomorrow.
You can't deny the power of crunchy, flaming hot Fritos chips, premium seasoned beef, and nacho cheese sauce. Taco Bell's 99-cent Beefy Crunch Burrito is back.
Is it true the Priceline negotiator saved you from that bus?
He didn't just save us. He also showed us that at Priceline, we can search thousands and thousands of hotels on sale every day.
He even got our luggage.
We chose the perfect hotel without bidding. Look, this one even has a spa.
Grabbed my arm kind of rough on the way out of the bus, but...
We saved your life.
I know, yeah, so it's fine. I wasn't scared, but the kids were.
Home invasion went sideways on the west side.
836, show us in pursuit.
Anyone know the victims?
Why don't you just get the hell on out of here?
Because these fools are coming back.
When are you going to stand up and do your part? Snitches wind up in ditches.
We have shots fired.
Doc says he's circling the drain.
The kids at school do this?
You're better than they are.
Southland, all new, Tuesday at 10, only on TNT.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Joining me is Coach Brooks. And Coach, obviously Sacramento got off to a good start shooting. They started slowing down a little bit, but man, they're keeping themselves in the game on the offensive boards. How do you remedy that?
Well, we have to make sure we hit them first when the shot goes up. But they played well the first 3 or 4 minutes. The crowd really got behind them.
Reggie said a concern for both teams coming into this game was tempo. How do you remedy that as well?
Well, we got to take care of the basketball. We had way too many turnovers, but we want to play fast, but we want to play smart also.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Cheryl.
We start the second quarter. Harden with a beautiful three. He has really been on a tear of late. Like I said, a couple of 19-point performances coming off the bench.
Pure score. I mean, he's one of those guys that all he needs is an inch of daylight. If you give him that, he can fill them up in a hurry.
Jaquan Cook is back out there. Nazir Muhammad is there. There goes Tyreke Evans rolling in for the Kings with Thompson. Salmon's on the floor. Chuck Hayes remains also out there. Marcus Thornton. We mentioned Muhammad. Collison is there with Harden. They got Reggie Jackson on the floor as we start this second quarter. Nazir Muhammad's had a couple of nice games in a row. One rebounding, one scoring.
One thing I'm noticing already, there's no way Reggie Jackson can stay with Tyreke Evans.
John Salmons tried to go behind the back and lost the ball, but the Kings keep it alive. And with a drive by Evans, who is the Rookie of the Year in the NBA, Chuck Hayes puts it up and in for the Kings.
You know, before the game, Coach Keith Smart talked about spacing, and that's what you want to see from the Kings. Not just driving to get a shot, but drive with the perfect spacing to allow everybody to do their best work at their best position. Right?
We talked about Nick Collison doing all the little dirty things for the Thunder, and that's exactly what Chuck Hayes does for the Sacramento Kings. You don't call any plays for him, but you know he has an effect on the game by his offensive rebounding and putbacks.
Jackson squeezes one in to Collison outside for Jaquan Cook. Nice looking stroke outside. Cook, who's had better defense too. In fact, that has almost been more of a story with him this year than his offense.
Yeah, tell you what a job to have on this Oklahoma. Sam Presti, call me up. Play a little defense. And Jaquan, I want you to go stand in that one corner and let Westbrook and Durant and Harden find you for threes. That's all I want from you. What a gig.
Presti has done a marvelous job building this team. Harden. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, like I said, he is on about as good a roll as a guy could be on. He's already got a quick 7 off the bench.
And I'm a little surprised. A little bit of an all-star snub. Leads all bench players in scoring.
He deserves some.
You have the best record in the league.
Some attention, you're right.
You would think they would get 3 guys. Miami has 3 guys. I know they're starters and stuff, but a little bit of a snub.
Inside, Tyreke Evans puts it up and in, and Evans has put in 8. And the assist to Jason Thompson.
That's more of the spacing that we talked about earlier. Don't just be congregated together. Make sure you give the opportunity for your man to make a move by taking his defender away from his side.
And driving inside is that guy right there, James Harden, former Pac-10 Player of the Year. He's from Los Angeles. He went to Arizona State. Evans will pick up the foul. You know who worked in the early days with him in Tempe, Arizona was Doug Collins.
Our own coach, Collins.
Doug Collins was kind of an outside consultant while working with TNT. And this kid was one of the best high school players in America coming to Arizona State. And Doug really formed, I think, a lot of how he approached the game early in his career.
Well, what a plus to have when you have someone like a Coach Collins who's seen so many NBA and college basketball games, have a chance to work with you one-on-one. Not in a group setting, but one-on-one situations.
I mean, you always hear that maybe high school coaching is lacking to be able to get an NBA caliber coach. And I tell you one thing, the role that he's taken on this OKC team, he's not complaining because he plays starter minutes. Yeah. He comes in, he plays his role, and he's very effective at it.
We have some new players coming in for the Kings. Jimmer Fredette is in the game. There he is, the College Basketball Player of the Year, led college basketball in scoring a season ago. J.J. Hickson is in. Isaiah Thomas with the ball, 5'9" of them in the game for the Kings. It's like in a college all-star team they've got here in Sacramento.
Well, it is, and they need to play like one with plays like that. That means play together. Coach Smart told us before the game, it's easy to coach this team. Why? The bench is his assistant coach. He doesn't have a superstar. You can come sit right next to him on the bench if you aren't doing what he wants.
Well, if I'm Scotty Brooks, there is a pink slip waiting in the locker of Nazir Muhammad, because there is no way that Chuck Hayes should be able to go by you from the free throw line, lay it up left-handed.
We've got a timeout. Evans picks up his second personal foul. The Kings remain on top by 2, shooting 41% here in Sacramento.
Today at KFC, get our freshly delivered whole chicken, freshly prepared by real cooks with our own secret recipes. Pick up an 8-piece meal with 2 sides and 4 biscuits, just $15.99. Taste why fresh is better.
1. Mission accomplished.
What kind of car do I want?
Now at Autotrader.com, compare new and used cars and even special offers.
Gotta be new.
So when you find the right car, you'll know it in your heart. Autotrader.com.
Sweet.
The ultimate automotive marketplace.
He was a 21st century global nomad. Home was an airport lounge and an iPad. Made sure his credit score did not go bad with a free creditscore.com app that he had. Downloaded it in the Himalayas while meditating like a true player. Now when he's surfing down in Chilea, he can see when his score is in danger. If you're a mobile type on the go, I suggest you take a tip from my bro. Download the app that lets you know at freecreditscore.com now.
Offer applies with enrollment in freecreditscore.com.
The funny thing about a garage is that it always seems to be closed when you want it open. And open
Garage door?
when you want it closed. Until now, with the Craftsman AssureLink garage door opener, you never have to wonder because you can open or close your door anytime from anywhere. And with all these features, Craftsman has your garage door covered. Exclusively at Sears. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
My bad.
Tell me you have good insurance.
Yep, I've got
Allstate. Really? I was afraid you'd have some cut rate policy.
Nope, I've got
the Allstate Value Plan. It's their most affordable car insurance, and you still get an Allstate agent.
I too have
Allstate.
Same agent and everything.
It's like we're connected.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
The Allstate Value Plan. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate.
TNT Mondays.
Is that Monday?
Just got mental.
I need your help finding a bomb.
Can't possibly be as much fun as it sounds.
And that's something to talk about.
You coming or what?
Are those bulletproof vests?
Yeah.
Think not.
New to TNT Mondays. The Mentalist. Monday at 8 on TNT.
We know drama.
We mentioned James Taft Fredette, Jimmer Fredette. He's one of the top scorers among rookies in the NBA, but you can see just 22, a young team, youngest team, in fact, in the NBA.
Well, it's interesting because when you have a young team, obviously you're going to have your ups and downs, more downs than ups because of the inconsistent play. But you know, someone on this team is going to have to grab hold of these young players, and it all is going to start in practices, early morning workout sessions, in the weight room, all those kind of things to develop them.
Reggie, at one time I was on the youngest team in Washington. We had guys like Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace,
Holy smokes.
Juwan Howard. And the tough part was we were all young leaders in our mind, but we didn't have any older veterans. And as I look on that bench, John Salmons may be the voice of reason there, but a lot of times as young guys, you want to be told what to do, how to do it in leadership so that you can see your progress. Am I doing the right thing? So I think that may be the one problem. Where do they find that strength within their teammates to lead them?
TNT on Tuesday. These streets have a pulse. Detective Lydia Adams knows every beat. Don't miss an all-new episode of Southland, Tuesday at 10, 9 Central, only on TNT. And the difference, too, is that a young player always wants to show, whereas an older guy knows the give and take that comes with the game and practice.
But when you love a guy that would love to show up, you say, show me a charge, show me an offensive rebound, show me you get here two hours early. So a lot of guys want to be told what to do and want to show it. Hopefully they have somebody to put that show direction in the right place.
Well, they may not have players in the uniforms to tell them that. If you look at the bench, when you got a Keith Smart, you got an Alex English, you got an OG Bobby Jackson. Guys that have been through so many playoff wars and seen so many different situations, that can kind of help offset not having a veteran player on your team.
And I tell you one thing, that guy right there, Bobby Jackson, one of the hardest teammates I've ever had. He brought his work ethic every day, whether it was practice, whether it was a game. He's one of the guys you always could count on, no matter the situation.
James Harden just picked up his first personal foul. Look at Bobby Jackson. That's the Alex English on that coaching staff. You talk about a guy who could score.
I'm wondering how many guys on this young team really know who Alex English really
good he was.
One of the best jumpers.
Oh. one of the best scorers.
Yes.
I mean, he was my build, and the way he was able to put those Denver teams with Kiki Vandeweghe and Fat Lever.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the best.
We think these guys are running now, huh?
Dan Issel on that team. Yeah, the horse.
Yeah.
Loose horse, here comes Jackson. Uh-oh, and that's a throwaway taken by Dante Green with Isaiah Thomas.
See what the loss of Eric Maynard for the Thunder is. Now you've got a rookie point guard with no experience playing with a team that has championship aspirations.
So Harden's got to handle the ball, it seems like, even more. But when he shoots like that, let him handle it all he wants. 4 of 5, 14 points, and a 12-point second quarter for Harden.
That's what you have to love, and that's why Reggie said this guy could be, or is, in my opinion, an all-star snub, possible 6th man of the year, but he penetrates not only his scoring, but guys love playing with him because he ggets them involved as well.
J.J. Hickson couldn't hold on to the Isaiah Thomas pass. Jackson, Daquan Cook.
That's what's on his resume. Run, spot up, just keep your man in front of you at the defensive end, and you can play 10 years if you have superstars on your team.
Dante Green, who played at Syracuse only a year. Good offensive rebound by J.J. Hickson. They got him in a trade. Works on Collison with a little hand check, and Collison picks up the personal foul.
Well, he's not asked to do a lot, but make wide open shots. When you can stretch the floor like Daquan Cook, former three-point winner of All-Star Weekend, one of those rare players that you run him off that three-point line, he struggles from twos, but at threes can knock him down.
There goes Muhammad, there goes Cook, and there goes Jackson. In comes Perkins, in comes Westbrook, in comes Kevin Durant. Oh, nice knock away the quick hands of Westbrook and taken back by Thomas. Big man inside there. Collison was in his way.
You love Sacramento getting those second chance rebounds. You need as many second chance points as you can against a team like OKC.
I gotta see Jimmer Shooter. I need some Jimmer Fredette. Weaving, finding Hickson. He's stuck with it. J.J. Hickson.
I've been a little disappointed in J.J. Hickson's production here with Sacramento. You remember at one time when he played with LeBron in Cleveland, he was the one guy they didn't want to give up. He was that one young chip that they were going to try to build around along with LeBron.
Harden. Westbrook. Collison a screen. Great offensive rebound by Collison. Westbrook. He flies in there, knifing for 2 and a foul.
I love it, but it's all Collison that made that play.
It is, Reggie.
You know, it's the hustle plays. You get the offensive rebound and a streaking Westbrook down the middle.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge. Like the man.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace 3D. Only on the big screen tomorrow. Rated PG.
Breakfast sandwiches with eggs freshly prepared every morning at BK with sizzling sausage, hardwood smoked bacon, or smoky sweet ham. And now choose any 2 for only $3. Mornings are twice as good, only at Burger King.
I'm Philippe Kahn, and I created the camera phone.
I'm Ray Kurzweil.
I gave your words a voice.
I created the ability to share video.
We turned your smartphone into a musical genius.
And I turned it into a bank.
I created Instagram.
We created Words with Friends.
And we created a better way to buy a smartphone. Any phone, any carrier, and all of their plans.
With lots of unbiased advice. Reserve a $50 gift card at bestbuy.com now for your next upgrade.
They're supremely agile, remarkably powerful, and fiercely independent. This is Jaguar at play.
Are you really going to be the next chief of police?
Yes, I am. This is amazing. I can't believe we have this right now.
Are you okay?
My favorite part? Shooting the crap.
Shooter was close. Then a hair on her body? Give it to the crime lab, see if they find DNA. An adrenaline response to panic overstressed her heart, which was already compromised by diabetes. The anterior inferior tibiofibular syndesmotic ligament is ruptured. There you go. So what killed her? I don't know yet.
What's going on?
Come on, stop it. Don't miss a single moment of drama. Watch your favorite TNT shows wherever and whenever you want. TNT, we know drama. Get the free TNT app available now on the App Store.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Burger King. Try the bacon and cheddar BK Toppers burger, only $1.99, only at Burger King.
We got a beautiful night in Sacramento, the capital of California. All dressed up and ready for Game 2 of the NBA on TNT, presented by State Farm. The top team in the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the Sacramento Kings. Westbrook, active inside, got the loose ball, and he just gives Oklahoma City their biggest lead tonight of 41-36.
Not quite sure there's a better offensive rebounding guard in the league than Russell Westbrook.
I'm not sure that there's a more powerful athletic guard in the league than Russell Westbrook.
Isaiah Thomas. He was named, you got it, after the great Detroit Piston. His dad lost a bet. His dad was a Laker fan in the '89 finals. He was rooting for the Lakers. Detroit won it, and he had to pay the debt and name his son Isaiah Thomas. But he has lived up to that and playing well now in the NBA. And a little pick up there by Westbrook, and looking inside for Perkins.
Well, what if that other guy would have won the bet? Would he have had to name his son Chuck Nevitt or something?
Magic Johnson?
Hayes picks up his second personal foul.
What? What's wrong with Chuck Nevitt?
Named after a 7'6" guy?
What's wrong with Chuck Nevitt?
All right, here is Perkins at the free throw line. Right now at the line, Oklahoma City is plus 9 points in scoring at the paint. All right, let's take a look. Upcoming NBA schedule on TNT. Up next, the NBA Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai. And then next Thursday, Boston, Chicago, Clippers, and Portland. Thursday night, NBA Ibaka. Reaching inside, the loose ball foul called on Serge.
Chris, let me ask you a question. You think that's going to be a big hole loss with Chauncey Billups going down for the Clippers?
Knowing Chauncey like I do, seeing him change the dynamic there in Denver, yes, I think that the Clipper Nation should be prepared for a letdown anytime you have a leader like that and a player like that not on the floor.
Here's Fredette. Drawing the crowd. Shot clock is down to 5. Chuck Hayes. Chuck Hayes.
Well, Fredette said, I'm going to show you some scoring, but first of all, let me get these other people involved. He's thrown 2 really good passes so far, keeping his big guys involved.
Oh, Chuck Hayes off the bench for the Kings. 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting.
All 6 points here in the second quarter. He spent 6 years in Houston. Harden for 3. And the rebound pulled down by Dante Green. Fredette. Here comes Kevin Durant. Perkins. Hayes defending. Here comes Isaiah. He's got Fredette in his rearview mirror. He's also got Hickson. And Ibaka was there with some nice defense.
What a pass by Isaiah Thomas.
Here they go again.
Pretty good floor general out here for a rookie.
Fredette. Saved by Harden. Intercepted by Jimmer.
This place would have went crazy if Fredette would have knocked down that 3. They are just waiting for this young kid just to show some signs. Got off to a pretty good start, but hit that rookie wall a little bit.
Hayes and Green will take it in hard.
That's Sacramento King basketball right there. Dribbling, passing, and spacing out. That's what you want. Also, this is Sacramento King basketball this year. Fredette, the one-hand no-look pass inside to Chuck Hayes, who's an undersized player but can finish it. And he says, "This is what you want, Kevin? I'll knock one down just to make you happy."
Perkins picks up his second foul. Here is Dante Green at the line, and a look at Jimmer Fredette. We mentioned before, college basketball's leading scorer last year from Glens Falls, New York. On Tuesday up in Minnesota, had a 13-point performance. He sat a couple games last week. He is not known as a defensive player, and that really was one of the big knocks on him coming out of college in BYU.
Well, Reggie, as you know, I mean, this whole game is faster now. So, you know, the knock on him, I think every rookie has to get better, you know, not only defensively, but now he has guys that played center in college checking him with the same quickness. So it's kind of hard to get your shot off all the time.
If I'm Scotty Brooks and I'm looking out here and I've got Jimmer Fredette and I've got Isaiah Thomas on the floor, I've got to put Russell Westbrook down in the post. I got to go down to the post.
Sacramento on a 10-1 run over the top team in the Western Conference, the Thunder of Oklahoma City.
NBA All-Star takes Orlando by storm. The best in the game. Electrify the crowd. NBA All-Star 2012, February 24th on TNT.
That's Tobin Frost. Why would he turn himself in? Safe House, rated R, in theaters tomorrow.
What's the best way to Santa Cruz, California?
Here are directions to Santa Cruz.
Where's the best barbecue in Kansas City?
Is there a rodeo in Amarillo today? Where are we?
Here's your current location.
How big is the Grand Canyon? Any gas stations we can walk to?
I found 2 gas stations fairly close to you.
What does Orion look like?
I found this for you.
Remind me to do this again.
Okay, I'll remind you.
This week at Office Max, a case of X9 paper is only $9.99 after Max Perks bonus rewards. Regularly $41.99. It's a big deal. Find all the big deals at Office Max.
Chili's $20 dinner for 2 has a bold new favorite, steak. First share an appetizer, then choose 2 entrees, like our 100% USDA choice sirloin, available for a limited time on Chili's $20 dinner for 2.
Until the world can live in peace. Until natural disasters no longer strike. Until that day, the men and women of America's Navy stand ready to answer the call.
So, this is delicious.
Okay.
Is this where we're at now? Just eat whatever tastes good? Like these sweet honey clusters?
Actually, there's a half a day's worth of fiber in every
Why
one.
stop at cereal? Bring on the pork chops and the hot fudge. Fantastic.
Are you done, sweetie?
Yeah.
Fiber beyond recognition. Fiber One.
Hey, I love your cereal there. It's got that sweet honey taste, but no way it's 80 calories, right? No way.
Lady, I just drive the truck.
Right? There's no way, right?
Have a nice day.
80 delicious calories. Fiber One.
Welcome back to Sacramento, where we have a very entertaining game, and joining me right now is the mayor of the city of Sacramento, Kevin Johnson. And first of all, it's so good to see you. I can't believe you're mayor, but we've got to get to business right now. I understand that the city council voted on the bill a couple days ago. It was rejected. Where does the arena stand for the Kings?
No, it voted in favorably in terms of us building an arena. So we're making progress. We're going to get it done here in Sacramento. We were able to keep the team one more year, and now we're putting a financing plan to build a new arena in Sacramento. I'm proud of our community.
Well, Kevin, the extra incentive has to be the way that this young team is built and the way that they can be in the future.
Yeah, you know, Keith Smart has done an unbelievable job, and he's got these young guys playing with a sense of confidence. They're playing hard. They're starting to play together. We win 3 out of the last 4 games. That's a big deal for a young team, so I like the progress that they're making.
Now, C-Webb really wanted to give you some depth because there was a huge dunk a couple of days ago with Blake Griffin over Kendrick Perkins, but he said it was nothing. It pales in comparison to you over Elijah Wan. Your thoughts?
I agree 100% with C-Webb, especially since I barely touched the rim these days.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Mayor. Take care.
Much. Tell Reggie hello, too.
All right. Let's send it back to you guys. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Cheryl. We just saw a nice outside shot by Green. He's got 6. Westbrook inside Perkins. Rockaway inside. You know, we're just talking about that Kevin Johnson dunk. Watch this. Look at Danny Ainge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's 6'2" over 6'9".
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, don't get me wrong. That Blake Griffin dunk was incredible. But, you know, the nostalgia of the old dunk, I remember where I was watching that in the playoffs.
But, again, that was a regular season dunk between Blake Griffin. This is in the playoffs
exactly.
when it counts more.
Exactly.
Chris, you played here for many years. You lived here, and you were embraced by the community, and you embraced them back. And we had a moment not too long ago in our game during a timeout where they gave a standing ovation to Chris, whose jersey hangs high in the rafters here above the court. What's your take on where this situation is right now with some pretty important dates coming up for the team, the city, and the league here in Sacramento?
Well, one, I really do trust Kevin Johnson. I think he's a great leader of the Sacramento community. But I thought it was rejected as well. People around town are talking about it rejected. I'm very worried. It's February 9th and March 1st is the date. I don't know how you get that much financing, how you turn everything around. I know, as we see the beautiful dunk there by Hickson, but I know this whole community, we are collectively holding our breath, hoping that something happens, but it will have to be a miracle, I believe, at this point.
Dante Green with the nice assist right there.
Well, it's Kevin Johnson being a political figure by spinning it because it was rejected.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep a positive face here for the fans and for the owners here and so forth to try to get something worked out. But to me, this would be a travesty to this play if the Kings were to leave this area because these fans are fantastic.
Evans taking it inside, and a foul called on the Thunder. Like I was mentioning earlier in the game, this is what Oklahoma City is like, the emotion in here. But before there was Oklahoma City, there was Sacramento when you played here, and this was a vibe that was here every single home game.
It was here every night, and the question is, did the fans get cocky? Did the Maloofs get cocky? That's the big question. But before OKC, there was the Seattle. And very soon, we in Sacramento could be Seattle if this team isn't here. And having a great friend, a future Hall of Famer in Gary Payton, the one thing he hates is not having a home. And very selfishly, Reggie, I love these fans. Yeah. I want my home to stay here in Sacramento, and hopefully it does. Well, for the fans as well.
Speaking of Seattle, they're planning, it sounds like, a new basketball arena. They are eyeing the Kings. The Seattle Times has reported the city has been working with the San Francisco businessman who hopes to buy a team somewhere, maybe this team, and then perhaps move it. And so that now has entered the fray. Westbrook!
Hey!
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Come on.
Oh, wait a minute.
Easy.
Okay. Let me try to be a professional again. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Can we play replays in the middle of a game? Wow.
Under a minute to play here in the first half. Fredette inside with Cook defending and knocked away by Perkins and picked up by Durant, who now has 13. Perkins gobbles it up. Knocked away inside as they continue to dig, and Fredette, it's a 3-on-1. Tyreke Evans.
You're Keith Smart. You are loving the tempo right here.
Oh, look at Westbrook. Just buries a triple.
Is that what you call a fast break after a make?
Well, that was a 2-for-1. They were trying to go for the 2-for-1. Good clock recognition there by Russell Westbrook.
Fast.
Westbrook just looked over here and raised his eyebrows and said, "What'd you think of them apples, huh?" He's got 12-8 coming in the second quarter for Russell. Evans, good ball handling, and the scoop. Chuck Hayes with 3 seconds to play. Westbrook again. Good if it goes. Down the hatch.
Great patience, Reggie.
Daquan Cook with a deuce. What a fun first half in Sacramento.
Don't you like young legs? Both of these teams have been showing great poise under pressure. Daquan Cook with the pump fake. Fredette jumps by. A nice presence of mind to know that he just had just half a second left to knock down the long tray.
We'll take a break, then we'll take you to Atlanta with the award-winning Ernie Johnson Jr. You're watching the NBA on TNT.
You know what else is amazing? How easy it is to save on motorcycle insurance with Geico. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
I'm a marathon runner in absolute perfect physical condition, and I had a heart attack right out of the clear blue.
He was just, get me an aspirin.
Yeah.
I knew that I was doing the right thing when I gave him the bear.
I'm on an aspirin regimen, and I take Bayer chewables.
Aspirin is not appropriate for everyone, so be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
So he's a success story. He's my success story.
Learn how to protect your heart at I Am Pro Heart on Facebook.
Sweet, nutty, crunchy nut. Oh, I can't wait till morning. Wait, it's morning in China.
It's sweet, it's nutty, it's absolutely delicious. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. It's morning somewhere.
What's up with Gary?
Well, every time he craves Doritos, he turns into a bird of prey.
Really? A bird?
Oh, watch this.
Hey, there's a photo booth. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. We gotta time this just right.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Smile. Happy Valentine's Day.
Time it just right for Valentine's Day and save 20% on select diamond fashion jewelry from Kay Jewelers. Just one more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
Ready?
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
For the latest NBA news and updates, log on to NBA.com.
Sprint halftime report coming your way from Studio J in Atlanta. How about this piece of work by Russell Westbrook?
Diesel's dunks of the week.
A foreshadowing. 57-55, though, is the Sacramento lead after 24 minutes. All-star gear.
Of the week.
Yeah, there you go. Check it out, NBAstore.com. That's where you can get them. And we welcome you to our Atlanta studio. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Kenny the Jet Smith. You look at Oklahoma City, they're 20-5, best record in the NBA. Got young stars in Durant and Westbrook. Nice solid guy off the bench in Harden. What's not to like about OKC, Chuckster?
They only got 3 guys who can score, and I don't like their half-court offense. That's the main 2 reasons. Like in a half court, they just get jumpers. They don't ever get in the easy basket. They don't have any big guys who can score. And their half court offense, I just don't like it. But the main reason, they only got 3 guys who can score. That's going to hurt them in a 7-game series. That's their biggest problem. They can't score enough in their half-court offense.
What do you want if besides those 3, what do you want? You want another double-digit guy?
I would like another double-digit guy, but I really would like them to have one big guy who can score. Because their 3 best players are all jump shooters. And when you slow the game down, listen, you don't live by jumpers, you die by jumpers. And if they had a big guy who could get them an easy basket layup every now and then, that would make them a lot more effective.
Shaq and Kenny laughing as if they have heard you say that
I
before.
think I've heard that before. I've only been here 15 years. So I've heard him say that many times, but in watching the game tonight, I could kind of understand what Oklahoma City is going through. What I mean by that is sometimes the good teams don't get up for the sorry teams, but Charles said it earlier, Sacramento knows they're playing on TV tonight, so they're actually coming out, they're playing on fire. But OKC is doing a great job of not panicking and playing their game, and you can see with a couple of seconds left to go before halftime, Daquan Cook hit the 3, and they're only down by 2. So they're definitely going to win the game, but, You know, they're not really up for Sacramento, but, you know, they're going to pick it up and they're going to win the game.
57-55 the count. Kenny's got his eyes on the benches of these two.
Yeah, you know, and that's probably what both of these guys are saying. The tough thing about winning an NBA championship, I think, is going to be you have to have guys on your second unit that could come in and actually produce and actually do like first teamers. And with James Harden actually plays starters minutes. So that fool's goal that he's coming off the bench is fake because he comes in with like 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. But Sacramento, as you let it run, they got young guys, and this is not a good basketball team. And you got guys like Chuck Hayes, you got Fredette, you have Isaiah Thomas, guys who knock down shots, and this is what they do. They're comfortable doing it, making passes, making plays. You got J.J. Hickson, you got guys who can push the pace, change the pace of the game, all of a sudden get the crowd excited. Where when you go to Oklahoma City, once James Harden comes in that starting lineup, if you can get 6 points out of anybody else on that bench, that's a aberration. It's not happening. So to me, the biggest thing for them between this All-Star and trade deadline is not, it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be small, it doesn't have to be middle. It has to be a guy who's comfortable scoring. And it has to be a guy who can come in off your bench. When he gets 8 points, he's disappointed, not happy.
Tell me something about DeMarcus Cousins. He's got a lot of promise, and he's averaging 15 and 12, gets off to an 8-point start in the first quarter, picks up 3 early fouls. Tell me about the discipline that goes into playing that position.
Well, he's a youngster. You know, he has to learn how to limit his fouls, and I think he needs to do a little bit better. You know, I challenged him earlier. You know, I would like to, see him a 20 and 10 guy. You know, to me, he plays a little bit too much under the rim. When you're 6'11", with that much skill, you need to play above the rim and you need to play with a lot of power. So I would like to see him step his game up a little bit and become a 20-10 guy.
He had those 8 points in the first quarter. That's what he has in the half. Tyreke Evans leads them with 12, and Kevin Durant 13 to lead OKC. Russell Westbrook's dunk right down the middle gets a Kevin Love tweet. Just threw down something nasty. Had to rewind it on the remote and saw him knock down. So thank you, Kevin Love, who we talked to earlier tonight. All-Star Kevin Love, as voted by the coaches.
The Sprint Halftime Report is brought to you by Sprint, the new official wireless partner of the NBA.
Introducing Olive Garden's new 3-course Italian dinner for $12.95. Start with either unlimited homemade soup or our fresh, crisp salad and all the warm breadsticks you want. Then, enjoy one of 5 new specially created entrees like our smoked mozzarella chicken or 5-cheese marinara with shrimp. Finish up with one of 5 desserts, like our chocolate mousse. Our new 3-course Italian dinner, just $12.95. Try it tonight at your Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
Next Gear is over 25 years of innovation. Next Gear is being the best-selling car in America and having some of the best MPGs in the class. Next Gear is the reinvented 2012 Toyota Camry SE with available 268 horsepower V6, best-in-class combined MPG, and available Entune multimedia system. The new 2012 Toyota Camry SE. It's everything you love, nothing you expected.
Hope you haven't had dinner yet. It's ugly in there. Whoa!
TNT tomorrow.
The defense is just throwing spaghetti against the ceiling, hoping something sticks.
Satisfy your courtroom cravings.
Some of it sounds pretty sticky.
With crime for starters.
I wonder whose menu she was on.
TNT's got your order.
Guilty, all of them. I know the law.
And there's nothing like it.
The type to eat, kill, and run.
Back-to-back Law & Order. Tomorrow starting at 7 on TNT. We know drama. TNT Tuesday.
I get out of bed.
I drink my coffee.
I work out. I take out the trash.
I step in the line of fire to protect and serve.
I do whatever it takes to save a brother in arms. I look danger in the face to save my streets. I'm coming for everything you got. I never let an obstacle get in my way. I am an officer of the law.
I am an officer of the law.
I am an officer of the law. I am an officer of the law.
Southland, all new, Tuesday at 10, only on TNT.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, otherwise distributed, or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Sprint Unlimited highlights. Game 1 of our double dip was the Lakers and the Celtics from TD Garden.
What a great game.
It really was. A very entertaining way to start. Watch the opening tip and the... It's got to be... There were some Patriots at TD Garden, so the Celtics showing them a little love. We'll skip right to overtime.
Yeah, those Giants was in the building, too.
Yeah, 82.
I wonder what they would have did if the Giants had been there. They would have did the little cruise salsa dance.
It is their city. Paul Pierce had 18, 9, and 7. Kobe with the miss here, but Andrew Bynum tips it in. He had 16 and 17.
The Lakers got to do a much better job of using their big guys.
Great chance for Ray Allen at the horn, but Pau Gasol got his mitts on it.
Great play, Arnie.
And that preserved the victory in overtime for the Lakers over the Celtics. Lakers are 2-0 in OT. They win at 88-87. Kobe had 27 on 11 of 24. Pau 25 and 14. Bynum 16 and 17. Ray Allen led Boston with 22. The Celtics have their 5-game winning streak snapped. Lakers are 8-3 in games decided by 5 or less.
The NBA without limits.
DJ Augustine to inbound. He tosses it in.
And it's intercepted by James. James cross court to Rondo. Rondo flips to Nash. Nash finds Westbrook. Westbrook scans the open floor. Nifty pass to Dang in the corner. He fires at the kid. Kid pump fakes, dishes to Gomes. He spots Smith with the one-hander.
Go to Sprint.com/NBA. Get the Sprint NBA mobile app. Follow every moment with truly unlimited data. Only from Sprint. Now an official wireless partner.
The funny thing about a garage is that it always seems to be closed when you want it open. And open...
Garage door?
...when you want it closed. Until now. With the Craftsman AssureLink garage door opener, you never have to wonder because you can open or close your door anytime from anywhere. And with all these features, Craftsman has your garage door covered. Exclusively at Sears. Craftsman. Trust in your hands.
Please continue to hold. The next available claims representative will be with you in 97 minutes. And if you've got cut rate insurance, there's nothing you can do about this. So get Allstate. The only insurance company that guarantees your claim experience won't be mayhem. Like me.
Introducing the Claim Satisfaction Guarantee, only from Allstate. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
They're supremely agile, remarkably powerful, and fiercely independent. This is Jaguar at play.
Visit NBAHoopTroop.com, the new place created just for young basketball fans.
You know, we're all about halftime entertainment here on the Sprint Halftime Report. Whoa.
Wow.
You guys have trampolines growing up?
Dude, we from the hood. Nah. Black people don't have trampolines.
Kenny, do you have a trampoline?
We don't have trampoline. We use mattresses that we find. It's garbage.
Yeah, it's called a mom's mattress.
Yeah, Ernie, we don't.
Does this impress you, Chuckster?
Does that impress me? First of all, if Shaq or me came down from up that high, that thing will explode.
Yeah, it would explode. I wouldn't mind buying one of them for the house, though. Oh,
man.
Look at that move.
I mean, that's not. That's not. Come on, Ernie. They're just jumping up on the trampoline.
Whoever that is, bring it to the studio and me and Chuck will try it.
Yeah.
The owner of that company, bring it right there. We'll try it.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
We will watch you try it.
Glad y'all French.
Yes, 2-point game, 57-55. Kings over the Thunder.
They're gonna bring it.
You've been watching the Sprint Halftime Report. Get the Sprint NBA mobile app now. Learn more at sprint.com/NBA.
I'm Philippe Kahn, and I created the camera phone.
I'm Ray Kurzweil.
I gave your words a voice.
I created the ability to share video.
We turned your smartphone into a musical genius.
And I turned it into a bank.
I created Instagram.
We created Words with Friends.
And we created a better way to buy a smartphone.
any phone, any carrier, and all of their plans, with lots of unbiased advice. Reserve a $50 gift card at bestbuy.com now for your next upgrade.
Alka-Seltzer Plus presents The Cold Truth.
I have a cold, and I took NyQuil, but I'm still stuffed up.
Sorry, buddy. Truth is, NyQuil doesn't unstuff your nose.
What?
It doesn't have a decongestant.
Really?
You need a more complete cold and flu formula like Alka-Seltzer Plus Liquid Gels. It's specially formulated to fight your worst cold and flu symptoms, plus relieve your stuffy nose.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the cold truth.
And to fight your allergy symptoms fast, try new Alka-Seltzer Plus Allergy.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere.
It's not creative.
It's offensive to gay people.
And you're better than that.
So, this is delicious.
Okay.
Is this where we're at now? Just eat whatever tastes good? Like these sweet honey clusters?
Actually, there's a half a day's worth of fiber in every...
Why stop at cereal? Bring on the pork chops and the hot fudge. Fantastic.
Are you done, sweetie?
Yeah.
Fiber beyond recognition. Fiber One.
Hey, I love your cereal there. It's got that sweet honey taste, but no way it's 80 calories, right? No way.
Lady, I just drive the truck.
Right? There's no way, right?
Have a nice day.
80 delicious calories. Fiber One.
Welcome back to Sacramento, California. The NBA on TNT tonight, presented by State Farm. That's our halftime score. The big lead has been as high as 9 points for the Kings tonight with Chris Webber and Reggie Miller, Kevin Harlan. The big three, I'll tell you what, they're very good for that Oklahoma City team. Again, they're scoring well tonight.
Heard Charles in the studio talking about his dislikes of the Oklahoma City Thunder, that they only have 3 guys that score the basketball. But it's those 3 guys that are pretty good. All 3 can finish in the paint. And when you got guys that can stretch the floor because of that shooting ability, 38 of the 55 points for the Thunder have come from their dynamic trio of guys just being able to really stretch the defense of the Kings.
And as far as the Kings are concerned, they've been led by the 12 points of Tyreke Evans, who had 8 in that second quarter, but they have had some great fast break points. They've taken advantage of fast break points with turnovers from the Thunder.
Yeah, the Kings are making their case to stay in Sacramento tonight. You look at it, they have over half of their season averages in points. They're 5% over their field goal percentage. 3-point shooting, they're just out of their minds today, and the bench has already done their job. And that lady right there is a beautiful friend of mine. That's the sign lady, her, Miss Maloof. Everyone in this building are happy that the Royal push is going on because they're playing much better tonight than they usually do in the regular season.
Let's send it over to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. I spoke to Coach Brooks, and I always find it fascinating, guys, when the coaches want you to talk about verbatim what they said, but you know what? I can't handle that fine. In other words, the turnovers were killing them in the first half. He said we did a terrible job defensively of chasing them all over the floor. Second half, we have to do a better job of stopping the ball, guys.
Well, 8 assists, 12 turnovers for the Thunder. That defensive rebounding, 2 of the issues that Scott Brooks talked to us earlier before the game about. By the way, if Oklahoma City does win tonight, Scott Brooks, and this is known, of course, back in Oklahoma, but he'll become the Western Conference All-Star coach, which is high praise for what he has done there. Goes to the coach with the best winning percentage in the conference. And that's what they're aiming for tonight. So we start the second half. Here is Durant. He's firing this over Tyreke Evans. The rebound by Cousins, who got in a bit of foul trouble back in the first half with 3.
And this is where you want to see the maturity. We heard the guys talk about him averaging 20 and 10, maybe playing above the rim. I don't think he can do that because he's not as athletic, but he can have an impact in his game. Can he keep his head and not get in foul trouble?
Well, for the Thunder, when I look at them, I think of the playoffs in the best-of-7 series. And already you talked about 12 turnovers. They average 17. They're right. 30th in the league when it comes to turnovers. You need possessions come playoff time as Westbrook hits down his patent stop-on-a-go jump shot. They can't continue to turn the basketball over if they want to have championship aspirations and win a ring.
Westbrook with 13 for Kevin Durant. Cousins. Oh!
He's responding. Chris, he's been responding to some of this talk around here.
And I think he's responding, and I have to go back to our conversation with Keith Smart before the game, the trust that he's instilled with this player.
That's a foul, and Cousins in this contest with 10 points, but like we said, the 3 fouls.
Right, yeah, the 3 fouls, and can you play? And, you know, Shaq said, can he play above the rim? I don't know if this guy can do this all the time, but you want him to be aggressive and attack, and you have to give credit, once again, to Keith Smart, who's instilled trust in him, and not only trust, but he's made this guy police himself, saying, you want to be a bad guy, you be a bad guy, but I believe that you can police yourself and be a better person. It's on you.
Evans picks up his 3rd. You know, you speak of DeMarcus Cousins from Birmingham, Alabama. He was going to go to Alabama, Birmingham, decommitted. Mike Davis left there. He's going to go to Memphis with Calipari. Calipari goes to Kentucky, decommits at Memphis. He goes to UK, plays a year, and leaves. Number 5 pick on this team. Sounds like, Reggie, he may have more structure, as much structure as he's had since he's come in the NBA.
Well, I don't think too many guys have really coached him other than Coach Calipari for 1 season at Kentucky. You come here and Paul Westphal, you know, especially when you're drafted as a 19, 20-year-old rookie, you're expected, as Serge Ibaka comes up with his 4th block, you're expected to play right away when you're drafted high and after your first year. And Serge Ibaka, I like that, Ibaka.
Ibaka, the shot blocker.
There you go. And I think DeMarcus Cousins got frustrated last season because he expected it to be easy. And there is nothing easy when you're a 19, 20, 20-year-old rookie coming into this league and you're playing against grown men.
And full disclosure, Coach Smart said he came in out of shape.
Yeah.
And if you were 19 or 20 years old, there's no excuse, period, for you to be out of shape, whether you play ball or not.
Absolutely.
We've had more than one head coach tell us as the season has gone on. But a lot of coaches think that when the union decertified, a lot of the players thought this season's not going to happen. They stopped working out, and a lot of them came out of shape.
But still, that's no excuse for guys that are 19, 20, 21 when all you've got to do is play basketball. Your motor's always running.
What a move by Evans. Swerving down the lane. That's a 5th block shot by Ibaka. Boy, is he something else.
I love the activity by
He's number
Serge.
3 in terms of block shots, Reg, in the NBA. Perkins a screen. Ibaka the screen over Thompson Westbrook. Saved by Daquan Cook, who starts for the injured Cephalosha, who is getting healthier by the day. Foot injury will keep him out. He may play tomorrow night in Utah. Westbrook again. Russell Westbrook out of UCLA has put in 17 points, 6 in the quarter, and the Kings take time. We'll pause as well on TNT.
Let's do this.
Hold on! How cool is that? That is so sick.
Journey 2, rated PG. Tomorrow.
Breakfast sandwiches with eggs freshly prepared every morning at BK with sizzling sausage, hardwood smoked bacon, or smoky sweet ham. And now choose any 2 for only $3. Mornings are twice as good, only at Burger King.
Every guy thinks they can install the new dishwasher themselves until they blow up the kitchen. And every guy thinks they can lose weight on their own. But look around, guys. It ain't working. Weight Watchers has a plan for men. It's helped me lose 23 pounds already and gives me the tools to keep losing. I tried doing it myself. Didn't really go too well. Lose like a man. Go to WeightWatchers.com and join for free.
Maybe this vacation wasn't a good idea.
Vacations are always a good idea. No time. Out, quickly. You're miles from your destination. You'll need a hotel tonight.
We don't have time to bid.
You don't have to bid. At Priceline, you can choose from thousands of hotels on sale every day. Save yourself some money.
It's what I would have wanted.
Today my journey continues across the Golden State, where everyone has been unbelievably nice. Morning. I guess I am helping them save hundreds on car insurance. It probably also doesn't hurt that I'm a world-famous advertising icon.
Cheers.
I mean, who wouldn't want a piece of that?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Big things are here at the NBA store with the hottest gear from every team and your favorite players.
What a big-time shot.
Outfit the whole family from head to toe with authentic NBA jerseys and on-court apparel by Adidas. Brand new fashion styles and the latest headwear. Play like a pro with the official Spalding game ball and dress the part with signature footwear, headbands, arm sleeves, and more. Visit NBAstore.com, your destination for all things basketball. NBAstore.com. One store, every team.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Hyundai. If it's fuel efficient, affordable, stylish, and safe, it's probably a Hyundai. And by Sprint. Get the Sprint NBA mobile app. Learn more at sprint.com/NBA.
I think service in the community means a lot to our organization. The fans do so much for us and supporting us. The least we can do is let them know that we're here and, we care for them. Just because, we play in the NBA doesn't mean we should change as people. We have an opportunity to tell them that we care and show them that we care. I think that means a lot. So I want to continue to just, try to get back and try to be the best person I can be.
Kevin Durant with 15 points already in 21 minutes. Oklahoma City is on a 6-0 run. His partner Westbrook with 17. They've been the main starting scorers. And then we have 14 from Harden off the bench. And inside they try to go, and Thornton was knocked away. The relationship is, I'm sure, very interesting between Westbrook and Durant. Both have just signed long-term extensions with this franchise.
And you hope that makes the relationship smooth. We've seen a little bit of arguing between them on the court at times, and at times you seem like they may not be in sync. And it seems as players, you just want to play the best you can. You want to make sure your family's taken care of with a contract. Both of these guys are in that situation now, and you would expect just to see them play the great ball that they've been playing.
Both are alphas. They're both alpha males, and they're both trying to one-up one another. Could that be a good thing? At certain times it is, but one of these guys are going to have to give, and in my opinion, it has to be Russell Westbrook. As Serge Ibaka with his 6th block of the game.
Wow.
You talk about controlling the paint. That's exactly what Serge has done tonight. But Russell, because you are a point guard,
yes,
you've got to get guys and other guys involved. And it's good to be a scoring point guard, but you also got to know that you've got a bona fide, flat-out scorer in Kevin Durant.
Perkins, who moments ago picked up his 3rd personal foul, and Ibaka right there. Chris picks up his 3rd.
Yeah, and especially just to reiterate what you talked about, the point guard position. You know he can score, you know he's quick, but the main job, I feel, of a point guard is to make other players better, and you have to do that while you're getting yours at the same time.
Attacking inside with the drive was Jason Thompson. Ibaka has been terrific. I mentioned before, the 3rd leading shot blocker in the NBA, 6. Yep, 6 blocked shots by Ibaka from the Congo.
Well, you talk about surge protector. This is one guy that it doesn't take much. If you think that you've got a wide open layup, he can come from behind, he comes over top. When guys try to take charges in front, he's always coming over the top to block the shots. He's very active, he's long, and he has great timing.
Meanwhile, Perkins has picked up his 4th personal foul. So on the front line now, joining Ibaka will be Nick Collison.
And that's great because Collison is a good defender as well. He usually plays defense on the ground, taking charges. But with these 2 guys in help defense, I want to be on their team in practice in the shell drill. Because even if a guy goes by you, they'll block that shot.
And a lot of times this is their closing unit with Collison on the floor because Perkins is not a great free throw shooter where Collison is.
Ibaka puts in 2 right there, so he's got 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 blocks. For him, the devil's in the detail. How he positions himself. Did you guys get that?
Yes, we got that. Thank you.
Just making sure you're paying attention.
The silence didn't go unnoticed.
Thank you very much.
We were just processing it.
Oh, number 7. Free to shoot, Thornton. And Tyreke Evans will take it.
Now here's the difference between these 2 young teams. You know, with OKC, when they need a basket, they're going to go to Durant or Westbrook or even Harden when he comes in. who do these Kings go to? I know Tyreke Evans, Thornton, all good scorers when the game is going good, but when the game flips and you need a bucket, who do you go to?
Sacramento now 1-9, and here comes Westbrook. Durant to Ibaka. And Ibaka back to Kevin Durant, who is 5 of 10. Turnover right there, another one for the Thunder. 14. Oh, Thompson wheels in and slams it home. Here comes Westbrook the other way, and he'll fly. That's an offensive foul. Wipe it away.
And that's the type of play I'm talking about, Reggie. As a point guard, Reggie, you have to get that ball to the other player. Now, right now, we call that thirsty. You don't have to be thirsty on a 2-on-1. Actually, as a point guard, you should give it up on a 2-on-1. Is this a great team? Yes. Do they need to have better decision-making, less turnovers? Yes, Reggie.
How about DeMarcus Cousins?
Yes.
That's 3 fouls already. Just stand there and take the foul. In jeopardy of picking up your fourth and probably being done here in this third period.
Thompson misses. Westbrook, by the way, just picked up his second personal foul on the bench with 4. Perkins. Ibaka's got 3. Collison's got a couple. Tyreke Evans. Thompson. Jason Thompson. A 12th overall pick out of Ryder from the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. 8 points in the game. 6 in the second quarter. And the Kings have come to within 1.
When it's a blackout, you've got to have guys that come to produce. The Kings starting to roll here in the third period.
Ladies, meet the new man of Mondays.
He is brimming with sexual confidence.
It's fascinating the way your mind works.
Mentalist Mondays, Monday at 8, new to TNT.
For the latest NBA news and updates, log on to NBA.com.
Chili's $20 dinner for 2 has a bold new favorite, steak. First share an appetizer, then choose 2 entrees, like our 100% USDA choice sirloin, available for a limited time on Chili's $20 dinner for 2.
Watch this. Critics and audiences can't stop talking about Chronicle. Discover the phenomenon that is now the #1 movie in America. Chronicle, rated PG-13, now playing only in theaters.
Wouldn't it be cool if you took the top down on a crossover? If there were buttons for this? If your transmission never changed gears? Wouldn't it be cool if your car could handle the kids and the Nürburgring? Or what if you built a car in Tennessee that could change the world? Yeah, that would be cool. Nissan. Innovation for today. Innovation for tomorrow. Innovation for all.
Penny.
Sheldon.
Knock, knock.
Who is it?
It's every shot of Sheldon we could find knocking at Penny's door, cut to really dramatic music. Hopefully this repetition will break through the clutter of this commercial break so that you will remember. The Big Bang Theory is now on TBS.
What?
The Big Bang Theory, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights, starting Tuesday at 8, new on TBS. Very funny.
Light him up.
Nasty.
These streets have a pulse, and Detective Lydia Adams knows every beat.
Yeah, I grew up around here. Jeez. I never thought you'd actually arrest anyone.
Regina King is back.
You're under arrest.
Southland, all new, Tuesday at 10 on TNT. We know drama.
Chris Webber played 7 seasons with the Kings. He averaged 23 points and 10 rebounds. They won 2 Pacific Division titles. Went to the playoffs each of Chris's 7 seasons in Sacramento. They retired his number 4 jersey back in 2009. They brought him another one. The original hangs high above the floor from the rafters. But a standing ovation for Chris back in the first half. Made you feel good, I'm sure.
Oh man, it's great to be back home, and you love seeing this. You love seeing this here.
They love you here, man. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it was. But you were supposed to have my camera for the ready for the picture, man. You're supposed to be hook me up,
I was
man.
caught up in the moment, like everyone else.
Westbrook with the loss right there. It's picked up by Thornton. Kings haven't had a turnover in the last 12 minutes across the lane. Tyreke Evans. John Salmon. And Collison down low working on Cousins with 63.
And all the hard work that Cousins has been doing at the defensive end, taking chargers, blocking shots, you've got to reward them down low. And I like exactly what Tyreke Evans did right there. Feed the big man.
Collison just picks up his third. Tune into NBA TV Game Time next Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern. Charles Barkley and Shaq will draft the teams for the BBVA Rising Stars Challenge, all a part of All-Star Friday on TNT. Steve Kerr will coach Shaq's team. Mike Fratello will coach Chuck's team. And we'll have the broadcast for you.
Shaq already has the #1 pick. I heard he won in the coin toss earlier, and already said it, going out on the limb, he's going to take Blake Griffin. What a shocker.
But didn't the commissioner, Kenny Smith, say no dunking allowed? Did I hear that?
Shot clock at 4. Dayton Cook. Here comes Thornton. Halfway through the third quarter. Kings have the 1-point lead. Cousins. Sails for 3. Ibaka with another rebound. Westbrook. Great stroke. Westbrook with 19. 8 in the third.
I'm quite sure there's another point guard that can go east-west and stop on a dime and just pull up like Westbrook.
Perfect form, straight up and down. You love to see that by him.
Here's what Golden State coach Mark Jackson said about Russell Westbrook. He said he's as good an athlete as this league has ever seen at the point guard position. Went on to say, loves his approach. He's a true professional. He works so hard at what he does. But pretty high praise for a guy who's got a pretty good perch and knows something about that position.
Yeah, especially. I mean, he's one of the nicest point guards that played that position. And he's had to check a lot of guards, so I'm sure he can tell you from experience and just watching how great of a talent Westbrook is.
Defensive 3, and here comes some free throws now for Oklahoma City.
Well, he can score. You want him to work on his court vision to help get other guys involved. He definitely needs to cut down on his turnovers, a little over 4 a game, which has led to this Thunder team being 30th in turnovers. But look at the numbers in the league this season. Guys that have averaged 20-plus, 5-plus assists, and 4-plus rebounds. There's only 3 of them. And all of them are going to play in Orlando for the All-Star game. Pretty good company to be in.
Westbrook. Oh, with some great dancing to get free. Russell Westbrook with a game-high 21. So fun to watch.
I'm trying to think defensively. What do you do with that? You want to send him, make him shoot a jump shot, he'll make that over. You want to send him left, he can go left and finish, or cross you over left to right and finish. Hard, got to check.
Thornton goes inside, and Thompson can't get it. Here comes Durant. He's got 15. Little 15-footer. Can't get that to go. Thornton at the other end. Collison in the way.
Oh, wow.
Offensive foul.
See, in a bang-bang play like that in this game, it's so hard from the naked eye to know. The block charge is so hard to tell. He guessed right. He guessed right.
He did.
Nick Collison guessed right and got the call.
He's done that now twice tonight, taking that charge.
It's great to have a shot blocker, Reggie, up in the air like an Ibaka, and then to have one on the ground like a Collison. You're messed up either way you go.
Absolutely.
Cousins grabs the ball. 4th rebound. Evans quickly the other way, and Ibaka with another block shot.
and you said you had one on the ground and Collison who tried to take the charge.
Right.
Look at Collison. He tries to take the charge.
But just in case.
And look at Big Brother come over top.
Wow.
Oh, man.
8 blocks, 8 block shots.
And his career high is 10 versus the Dallas Mavericks.
Harden is in. There's a shot over Collison by Cousins, who's 11 of 12. Make it 5 of 11. Harden. He was terrific back in the first half. Harden with 14. Collison. Westbrook, 23. And this is the biggest lead for the Thunder tonight.
Well, the same play in that first period where Russell Westbrook got caught ball watching and Tyreke Evans went back door. Same thing happened to Evans. Got caught ball watching. Westbrook cuts back door for the easy lay-in.
Here come the Kings, 3 of 18 in this third quarter. Salmons and Durant came out on him, and John takes it across the lane.
I will say this. The Sacramento Kings should play like this every single night. Not just because they're on TNT or ESPN or NBA TV. They've got to play like this every single night.
Yeah, Reggie, but you know character is what you do in the dark, not what you do on national TV. And they have to do this in the dark at practice. They have to do this by themselves in the summer. And then I think they can worry about not just the process, but they can worry about the finish. But right now, they should just worry about the process with hard work.
Tyreke Evans with a travel. Westbrook has 14 of Oklahoma City's 18 third quarter points so far. 3 to play in the third. At halftime, we had a 2-point lead by the Kings, 57 to 55. Durant, 5 of 11.
Wow. And that was that Dirk Nowitzki knee up in the air fadeaway shot right there. That is untouchable and unfair.
So now the Thunder shooting 50% for the game, and the Kings shooting 39% from the floor. Ragged shooting third for Sacramento. Thornton. Thompson. That's an offensive foul.
I wonder who took it.
We have 8
Number
charges
4.
and 8 blocks.
The former Big 12 Player of the Year, Nick Collison, out of Kansas. You know, a little conversation here with the 2 officials. Thompson is going to pick up his second personal foul. Watch Durant.
And look at that knee go up. That's the Dirk Nowitzki Saturday night special right there. Take the guy off the dribble, step back, you bring up that right knee so the defender cannot gather ground on you, and you fade away. You turn a 13-foot shot into about a 17-foot shot, but that's nothing for a Kevin Durant.
Is that what you use when you play not the knee but the foot?
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure.
Absolutely.
Harden for 3. Isaiah Thomas has now come in, taking the place of Thornton. Isaiah played at the University of Washington. The little guy played up there, Nate Robinson.
The last 2 games with the Warriors, it was interesting watching those 2 guys battle one another.
Yeah.
Cousins with 14.
And that's what you like seeing. Reggie said early in the third quarter, on this young team, who do you go to? Right now, I suggest going inside the Cousins, let him get the double team working, or getting it back out to some wide open shooters.
Great screen by Collison. Westbrook is 11 of 20. He's taken 20 shots. Durant has taken 12. Cousins. Knocked away, number 9. Westbrook. Wow. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. 7-point lead. This is the biggest by the Thunder. Ibaka has been a one-man gauntlet with one block shot after another. He's playing handball out there tonight. And then Westbrook finishes at the other end with a game-high 27, all a part of the Thunder's lead.
A refrigerator has never been hacked. An online virus has never attacked a corkboard. Give your customers the added feeling of security a printed statement or receipt provides. With mail. It's good for your business, and even better for your customers. For safe and secure ways to stay connected, visit USPS.com/mail.
Serge Ibaka has been unbelievable tonight. 9 blocks tonight, but we're showing you the 10 blocks he had this season against the Dallas Mavericks on the road as well.
His contract comes up shortly. They got Harden they're going to have to sign. It's going to be interesting to see how this small market Oklahoma City team, who already have signed extensions with Durant and Westbrook, are going to be able to afford all these players. Hopefully they can, because this has been fun to watch this young team grow together. Back after first year with Durant up in Seattle, 23 wins. They went 50 wins, and they just built from that point on. Western Conference Finals, and they're a huge favorite now in the Western Conference. Coming in tonight with the best record. Here's Cousins into Muhammad, who just checks in. Nazi just coming in, gets the block shot.
I'm not quite sure he wasn't fouled on that.
Yeah, he was fouled, Richard. We've all been fouled, and maybe you complain and you can get upset, but as long as you get back down the court, you just don't want to be known as the player that cries after every play.
And he can't lose his head right now because he didn't get the call, because that's been his MO last season.
Evans, the steal and the 2 at the other end. Tyreke Evans. 14 points for the point guard of the Kings.
What a tough shot by Evans.
Kings do have a foul to give. A Collison screen to drive by Harden and a foul. With 34 seconds to play in the third. Tyreke Evans.
This is what you want to see. Good defense, a little pick right there. And this is an extraordinary move. He goes up on 2, fades away, and comes back. You like seeing the Kings get out, run, and finish. And on the other end, Harden off that pick and roll. I love Harden's game, him attacking the basket, and you know he's either going to get fouled or he's going to get it out to a wide open shooter. You have to love it anytime he penetrates.
Cousins just picked up his 4th.
And now Keith Smart and the Kings are going to go small with Isaiah Thomas and Jimmer Fredette in the backcourt, with Tyreke Evans moving down to small forward, and John Salmon's probably playing the power forward with 34.2 seconds left in this third period. We were talking about Russell Westbrook and some of the things that he's going to have to learn if he's going to be. He's already, to me, one of the elite point guards, but he's got to cut down turnovers. Already 4 turnovers tonight for the Thunder.
He had 9 the other night. There's a drive inside. Tyreke Evans out of Memphis last year. Chris mentioned this back in the first half. Plantar fasciitis knocked out 19 games in the schedule, but that hasn't seemed to be a problem this season so far.
No, not this season. He may have gotten healthy in the shortened offseason, or the lengthened offseason. You see him getting some of that quickness back.
Here he comes again with Jimmer Fredette. Two-point game moments ago. The Thunder up by 7. Final 6, 5 seconds. Reggie Jackson is in. Into Evans and a 17-footer. Hey, the Kings showing life, coming back at the end of the third.
Nice close of the quarter for the Kings. You're letting your energy and this crowd come alive.
Baby needs you to pay attention. Baby loves bacon. Bacon makes baby happy. Baby loves zesty cheese sauce. Yeah. Baby loves sirloin steak. And baby loves fluffy eggs. Cock-a-doodle-doo, baby. Dig on these breakfast burritos, baby. Get into our whole lineup, served all day. This is how you Sonic.
Hey, there's a photo booth. Come on.
Okay.
Okay. We gotta time this just right.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Smile. Happy Valentine's Day.
Time it just right for Valentine's Day and save 20% on select diamond fashion jewelry from Kay Jewelers. Just one more reason Kay is the #1 jewelry store in America.
Ready?
Every kiss begins with K.
You know, I look at her and I just want to give her everything.
Yeah, you know, everything can cost upwards of...
I did not want to think about that.
Relax, relax, relax. Look at me, look at me. 3 words, Dad. E-Trade Financial Consultants.
So I can just go talk to him?
Just walk right in and talk to him. Dude, those guys are pros. They'll hook you up with a solid plan. They'll... Wait a minute. Bobby? Bobby, what are you doing, man?
I'm speed dating.
Get investing advice for your family at E-Trade.
Yep, that's your mouth. And it's surprising what it goes through in the course of a day. But what's even more surprising is that brushing alone isn't enough to keep it clean. Fortunately, you've got Listerine. Unlike brushing, which misses 75% of your mouth, Listerine cleans virtually your entire mouth. So what are you waiting for? It's time to take your mouth to a whole new level of health. Listerine, power to your mouth.
They're supremely agile, remarkably powerful, and fiercely independent. This is Jaguar at play.
This week at OfficeMax, get a $15 iTunes gift card just for buying $60 of any national brand ink. $15 in iTunes. That's a big deal. Find all the big deals at OfficeMax.
Are you ready?
Want to have some fun?
Yes. Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Rated PG-13.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Joining me is Coach Smart. And just talk about in the third quarter, it looked like for a minute OKC was going to extend the lead, but talk about your composure.
Well, I thought we did a very good job of coming back together. Our young basketball team get beside themselves a little bit, but we managed. I said our group is a great group as far as getting themselves back under control and getting back in the game. And we just got to make sure we don't have a big run this time because you probably won't get back in the game and win it.
You told us before the game sometimes this is a blessing or a curse not to have that main go-to guy, but if this game gets close, where do you go?
Well, we're going to probably try to play inside and force their defense to shrink in and then get the ball back out because we don't have the one guy who can make a play 100% of the time. We've got to use a team effort right now until we get that great play.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Tyreke Evans, spoon feeding. Thompson coming in. Fourth assist by Evans. Thompson with 10. The Kings have closed out quarters very well tonight. First quarter they closed out on a 7-0 run. Closed out the second quarter on a 21-14 run. Harden launching from deep. Third quarter they closed out on an 8-3 run. Scoring the first two here. Tyreke Evans! A little sleight of hand floating in for 18 points tonight.
Well, Keith Smart said that they may not have a closer like a Kevin Durant, but they got to have guys who can make plays, and Tyreke Evans to start this fourth period has made 2 unbelievable plays for the Kings.
Sacramento's on a 12-3 run.
And keep in mind, too, that since Sacramento went small, they're really attacking the basket. So even though DeMarcus Cousins went out, he trusted his players to attack and get in the paint, and that's been helpful. And as you see right here, coming down with the right hand, a little head fake. Oh, man, I don't even want to call that move. A little okey-doke, here you go, here it is. No, it isn't. Nice layup, all from a smaller lineup, being able to push that speed and attack.
Tyreke Evans, former Rookie of the Year in the NBA, Jennifer Dix, and picked up by Kevin Durant with his 17, 27 for Westbrook. Here is Harden with 15. Most of his scoring back in the first half. A 3 by Durant with that silky smooth shot.
I mean, a hand in his face as well. 2 feet behind the three-point line.
Durant was a Rookie of the Year, too, after being College Basketball Player of the Year down in Texas. Rotating to Isaiah Thomas. Picked up by Durant, who has his 6th rebound with 20 points tonight.
A lot of people talk about the strength of Durant, but he just got a rebound over Jason Thompson down there, and that's a hard thing to do. Durant, the leading rebounder on this team, he might be skinny, but he's physical when he gets inside.
Nice drive inside by Harden. I think that Kevin physically, though, is stronger this year than he's ever been.
Yeah, and I don't know if he necessarily needs to gain weight for the post. I mean, if you're one of the top 5 free throw attempt leaders in this game, what more can you do? How closer can you get to the basket? You're pretty close to people to follow you.
Good catch by Thompson inside. And he was shoved and fouled with 9:42 to play here in the fourth. That's a foul. Collison picks up number 4. Let's get to a better state presented by State Farm. As you take a look at the Kings' last 3 wins, what they've done and how they've done it.
Well, it's been with a lot of together play and this young team maturing and starting to come together and play and get on the same page. But they've got to do this on a consistent basis.
And a young team beginning with the Paul Westphal style, then guys in midstream changing to what Keith Smart wants to do.
Well, they want to be more up-tempo. They want to get up and down a little bit. When you got athletes like an Isaiah Thomas and a Tyreke Evans, Marcus Thornton, kind of Jeff Petrie, the architect behind this Kings offense as well as defense.
You really want to see them, as you said before, Reggie, concentrate on their character. Play this hard every night and let the chips fall where they're made.
Nice move inside by Boston College rookie Reggie Jackson with Eric Maynor out. You talked about it, Reg, earlier in the first half. Blowing out a knee. Isaiah Thomas takes it inside. He was the final draft pick in the NBA draft back in June, number 60 out of the University of Washington. There's a small chip fracture on his knuckle on his left hand as Isaiah Thomas and Dante Green a little shaken up inside. Nice move by the 5'9" Isaiah Thomas. Floating in for two in a two-point game.
Finally, a hybrid that's as easy on the eyes as it is on the environment. The 40-mile-per-gallon highway Sonata Hybrid. From Hyundai.
Time, don't wait. The road is calling you, my friend.
This is big. New Chicken McBites from McDonald's. Juicy, poppable premium chicken breast with home-style seasoning. But they're only here for a limited time. New Chicken McBites. The simple joy of really big fun.
This February, One Award Show has athletes going to new heights.
With categories like That's How I Roll. For athletes with more style in their left pinky than most of us have combined.
He's got game. For those who make tough plays look easy, even when they're tough.
Shaquille O'Neal hosts the Hall of Game Sports Award Show.
Monday, February 20th at 7, 6 Central. Only on Cartoon Network.
TNT Mondays.
Was that Monday?
Just got mental.
I need your help finding a bum.
Can't possibly be as much fun as it sounds.
And that's something to talk about.
It's not an exact science what I do.
Do you have any intention of actually taking part in this case?
It's all under control.
Meet TNT Mondays' newest crime solver.
You coming or what?
Are those bulletproof vests?
Yeah.
Think not.
New to TNT Mondays, The Mentalist, Monday at 8 on TNT.
We know drama.
Welcome to March Madness.
I can see it. I can feel it happening here.
This place is rocking. March Madness is underway. Buckle up. It's going to be a heck of a roller coaster. Oh, he's lethal.
I'm pumped for this tournament to get started.
NCAA March Madness 2012, coming March 13th.
Now let's take a look at the national TV big board, a full slate of games across the NBA network. Who would have thought the biggest story in the NBA right now is a guy out of Harvard? Jeremy Lin is a big story for the Knicks. They'll take on the Lakers tomorrow night on ESPN. You see the rest of the schedule, including the Bulls in Boston on ABC at 3 o'clock Eastern on Sunday. 8.5 to play here in regulation.
Can't fall asleep on Marcus Thornton.
Outside of Fredette with the shot clock at 9, covered by Cook. Big shot outside. Green. And then the nice tap in right there by Marcus Thornton.
Hasn't shot the ball particularly well tonight, 3-11, but he can get hot in a hurry. Speaking of getting hot in a hurry.
And your coach doesn't have to tell you to get to Kevin Durant. No one should leave him open, period.
Durant's got 23. Thornton's got 7. Fredette is 2 of 6.
And how does this happen? I mean, where's the communication on this simple brush screen up top? You've always got to have a body on Kevin Durant.
And those are the attention to details that this team needs to work on all the time, not just for these big games, but if they make it a habit, it won't just be who they play. It's every night they will do this.
Durant takes it into the teeth of that Sacramento defense with 7:26 to play in the fourth. Thornton was leaning in and picks up a 3rd personal foul. Kevin Durant will be at the free throw line. He has 6 double-doubles in his last 7 games.
Look at the pressure that this OKC team puts on you, because when they get fouled, which they're one of those teams that go to the free throw line quite often, they make their free throws almost 80%, the best free throw shooting team in the league. So when you foul them, they're making free throws.
Cousins will come in for Dante Green. So it's Thomas, Hayes, Fredette, Cousins out there along with Thornton. You can see the numbers right there in terms of free throw attempts.
And as Reggie alluded to, why is this so incredible? None of those guys are post players. These guys really penetrate and get everyone involved, and as a result of that, they go to the line.
So Durant with 25 and Westbrook with 27. Durant's got 8 of his 25 in this 4th quarter. Cook is on Fredette. Westbrook on Thomas. Harden is watching Thornton. Shot clock is down to 7. Got free. Cook the rebound. Rebounding basically the same. 18 turnovers for the Thunder and 10 turnovers for the Kings.
We've run this play the last 3 times, and he scored or gotten fouled every single time. It's just a simple brush screen with James Harden and Kevin Durant up top, because they're trying to create the switch and the mismatch.
Wouldn't you communicate with your man a little bit early on a veteran team, knowing that play is going to come, start off on the wrong man, so that when you switch, you're switching right back into place, and maybe that's just the habit of being a veteran, inverting it?
And what I would do is I would body Kevin Durant and have the defender who's guarding James Harden go underneath.
Yes.
If he's going to knock down that shot, then we're going to lose anyway.
Salmon's in for Thornton, who's got 4 fouls. Westbrook, and he now has 29 points for the Thunder.
Well, I was wondering when they were going to put Westbrook down in the post with either Jimmer Fredette or Isaiah Thomas on him.
Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins has played 22 minutes, has 16 points. Evans with 18, 11 from Thompson. Those are the top scorers for the Kings, shooting 41%. Thunder shooting 51% from the floor. Thomas working on Westbrook. Durant, shot clock at 3. Daquan Cook with his 3rd triple tonight.
And Reggie loves his job description.
Give me that 401k. That's what I want. Sign me up.
Biggest lead here for the Thunder. Isaiah Thomas. Harden trying to get up there for the ball. DeMarcus Cousins.
There was 3 white jerseys around DeMarcus Cousins.
Foul goes on Cousins. He now has number 5 with 5:39 to play in the 4th.
And you got to love the ball movement. You saw them put Westbrook in the post. What happens? You get it to a great penetrator who gets it to a guy with a better job description. Hit the open 3.
Cook with 11.
The best cop show on TV.
Light 'em up.
Southland, all new, Tuesday at 10 on TNT.
Only Taco Bell is giving away the new PlayStation Vita, 1 for every 15 minutes. Get the $5 box and enter the code and see if you're an instant winner. Only at Taco Bell.
I'm not an idiot. I know that you're going to have friends over.
Yeah.
Here's $40, and my car is off limits.
I flips for gang.
Tonight's about girls we never had a shot at.
Dibs. I wanted to clear it, just in case.
There's a little guy in the oven. Want some of this?
Project X.
It's time to shut it down.
Rated R. Starts March 2nd.
I'm Philippe Kahn, and I created the camera phone.
I'm Ray Kurzweil.
I gave your words a voice.
I created the ability to share video.
We turned your smartphone into a musical genius.
And I turned it into a bank.
I created Instagram.
We created Words with Friends.
And we created a better way to buy a smartphone. Any phone, any carrier, and all of their plans.
With lots of unbiased advice. Reserve a $50 gift card at bestbuy.com now for your next upgrade.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself. But I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Hyundai. If it's fuel efficient, affordable, stylish, and safe, it's probably a Hyundai. By Kelley Blue Book. Find out what you should really pay for a new car. Search the most trusted car values at KBB.com. By BBVA, teamwork works at BBVA Compass and the NBA. Learn how at BBVACompass.com. And by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
The NBA on TNT is presented by State Farm. You see our score and our time. 5.5 to play in a game which has seen the Kings lead by as many as 9. Thunder right now with their biggest lead of 8. Cousins playing in foul trouble, and he traveled with the ball.
You know, Reggie, as I come back home, I see these great fans. Got a chance to talk to the mayor in the back. I think maybe a little clarification of the rejection. It was on the vote about the arena.
Right.
It wasn't that they rejected the arena, but I still keep my stand as a Sacramento fan that I'm very worried that we could become a Seattle.
I'll keep my stand that it would be a travesty of this team, and they don't find a way to keep them here in Sacramento.
19 turnovers for the Thunder tonight. They've got 12 assists and 19 turnovers. Oh, and they do have 16 block shots. Off the fingertip of Cousins, picked up by Westbrook. Thornton in his way. Nice defense on the play by Marcus Thornton out of LSU. Oh, great sleight of hand right there, and a crossover by Evans, and punched back up and in by Dante Green.
Not a lot of quick in these young Sacramento Kings. Now they've got to come up with stops here.
Thunder shooting 51%. Kings shooting 41%. Durant with 25. Durant will stick right there. He is 8 of 15 from the floor. Marcus Thornton shifting gears. He checked the goaltender, count the 2.
Did he take it to the backboard? That's the question. It didn't look like Marcus Thornton had the step on James Harden. You see Ibaka come.
It's clean. If you get 8 blocks, do you get 1 for free?
Charles saying this is what he doesn't like about the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their half-court offense when the game is on the line, that the ball sticks.
Tyreke Evans. That's a block right there by Ibaka.
That is 10.
He's matched 10 tonight. That's an offensive foul.
That's twice. DeMarcus Cousins has taken the charge right in the chest. Sometimes you got to sacrifice your body. Cousins has done that.
Westbrook just picked up his 3rd personal.
Now we actually see something different, guys. We see Cousins trying to frustrate Ibaka. Maybe he's learned a little bit. Instead of Reggie, like you said, him getting upset and letting that affect his game in a bad way, he just went to the post where he should get the ball and got a call on Ibaka. We'll see if that trend continues, him setting the tone instead of someone else messing with his head.
Ibaka picked up his fourth.
Monty Smart right here. I've got to run some type of play, misdirection, cross screen to bring Cousins into that mid-post area. Not back to the basket. Give him a chance to face Serge Ibaka and go to work offensively.
Sacramento Kings come in 9-16. Home record is 6-4. 4.5 games out of the 8th playoff slot in the Western Conference. And the Western Conference is number 1 team record-wise, 20-5, Oklahoma City. They blocked 17 shots tonight. That's a franchise record. Tyreke Evans. Cousins with a couple stabs at it inside. Out of bounds and off of Oklahoma City.
I'm loving the hustle and energy of DeMarcus Cousins. Look how many times he keeps the ball alive here, Chris.
1 black jersey, 4 white jerseys. Look at that. You love seeing him work inside.
And Durant with his 8th rebound. And a quick foul.
Still have to go. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Not at this point in time of the game, Marcus.
We have the same frustration as you see Coach Smart over there. And with young teams, you said, where do you go this late with the ball? Shot selections are turnovers.
I tell you where you go. Tyreke Evans or DeMarcus Cousins. That's where you go.
Fulton picks up his 5th personal foul. Durant 8 of 15. Knocked away by Cousins. Picked up by Ibaka. And the Kings the other way.
Who's going to make a play? Who wants to make a play? Who wants to put this team on their shoulders?
Fulton for 3.
There are over 500,000 apps and counting on the iPhone. Apps that can take you anywhere and do anything. You might say there's no limit to what this amazing device can do. So the question to ask is, why would anyone want to limit the iPhone? We don't. Truly unlimited data for your iPhone, only from Sprint.
Why 3 doors? You know why. The Veloster from Hyundai. Engineered for whatever. You like Motorhead? You like Willow Smith? Veloster doesn't judge. The Veloster from Hyundai. Engineered for whatever.
You hear the sound. You know what's coming. It's the sound of great drama.
You ready? Fasten your seatbelt. Let's go.
Best episodes from the drama that goes.
What's that? Enjoy it.
I never heard that before.
Sounds good, right?
Everybody says that.
Police!
Back-to-back episodes of Law & Order. Tomorrow starting at 7, only on TNT. We know drama.
TBS says Big Bang 3 days.
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on TBS.
Very.
So in your world,
Very.
you're like the cool guys.
Very funny.
Recognize. TBS says Big Bang 3 days.
TBS has funny. Down to a science.
It's like Nerdvana. For shizzle.
The Big Bang Theory. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Starting Tuesday at 8. New on TBS.
Very funny.
New to TNT Mondays. Enter a mentalist state of mind.
Go and tell a friend what's happening.
Mentalist Mondays. Monday at 8 on TNT.
When you have the youngest team in the league we've been wondering who was going to step up for these young Kings. DeMarcus Cousins doesn't get the three-point shot here. He won't get an assist, but it's the screen that allowed Marcus Thornton to be that wide open. It's those little things that help teams grow together.
Now here comes Oklahoma City. They've missed their last 5 shots. They've been scoreless for the last 3 minutes of the game. Durant, right over Green, Kevin Durant. He puts in his 27th point.
Kids at home, don't just watch the highlights. Go outside and practice. 2 dribbles to your left, step back and shoot.
Yeah.
Believe me, that's hard.
Yeah.
10 in the fourth quarter for Durant. Salmon slashing inside. Thornton with the 3. He's knocked down 2 bombs. Marcus Thornton with 15 points. And the Kings have come back to tie. Here comes Durant. Shot clock at 9. Lost the ball. Over and back. It's the 20th turnover for the Thunder.
Reggie asked earlier, who wants to step up? I think Marcus Thornton has answered your question twice with that 3-point make right
there. Tyreke Evans. DeMarcus Cousins. A block and a foul on Ibaka. That would be number 5.
DeMarcus Cousins cannot settle for anything less. I want him to take this game tape home, win or lose, and have this on a replay reel throughout his house every single night, because he should not settle for anything. His effort has been superb, and it's not all about scoring. It's about doing all the little things. Scoring is a big part. It helps. Rebounding, it's great. But making your teammates better, that's what he's done tonight.
Kings tonight from the free throw line, 11 of 16. Thunder, 20 of 26. Westbrook with 29. Working on Green, the dance. He puts in his 31st point, 14 of 25. Russell Westbrook.
They're playing the Wonder Twin powers activate out here. You've got Russell Westbrook one time and then Kevin Durant.
Form a 3-pointer, form a crossover.
Works inside on Ibaka, and he is gone. Foul number 6.
Fouls on the Thunder, number 9.
He says something in Congolese.
Well, not only that, but you're taking 10 blocks tonight off the floor. The one guy that has protected the paint area, and he's got to be careful he doesn't pick up a cheap technical foul here. Looks like Kendrick Perkins will check in with Serge Ibaka. Now, free throw time. Here's another sign of the maturity of a young team. And these guys go to the free throw line and knock down pressure free throws. You've won 3 of your last 4 ball games. There's a somewhat of a buzz again back in this city. Chris, you were here for so many years where everywhere you walked, it was black and purple.
You're saying ride that momentum, ride the good feeling. That's what they need to do. Take your effort. Don't take your effort for granted, but actually be proud of your effort and take it another step forward.
Dante Green, he played 1 year at Syracuse. He led him in scoring. He was a late first-round pick by Memphis, worked his way to Sacramento, and his free throws give the Kings a 1-point lead.
Breakfast sandwiches with eggs freshly prepared every morning at BK with sizzling sausage, hardwood smoked bacon, or smoky sweet ham. And now choose any 2 for only $3. Mornings are twice as good, only at Burger King.
sweet, nutty, crunchy nut. Oh, I can't wait till morning. Wait. It's morning in China.
It's sweet, it's nutty, it's absolutely delicious. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. It's morning somewhere.
To the 5 a.m. scholar, the 2 trains and a bus rider, the I'll sleep when it's done academic. For 80 years, we've been inspired by you, and we've been honored to walk with you, to help you get where you want to be. Because your moment is now. Let nothing stand in your way. Learn more at keller.edu.
Thunder led by 8 with about 5 to play. The Kings guys have gone on a 13-4 run. They have ended every quarter very well tonight, and they're doing it again.
They have, and they need to end this quarter like they've ended the rest. Either getting the ball into Cousins' hands or making sure Tyreke is getting the ball and moving.
Well, if you're the Thunder, this is what we've seen the last few ball games that have been close. That 1-3 pick and roll with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant trying to form a mismatch for the bigger size of Durant to shoot over the smaller defender.
Perkins had come in for Ibaka, who fouled out with his 10 blocks, 9 rebounds, and 6 points. Perkins tonight 5 points and 4 boards. Westbrook, Harden, Perkins with the ball. They got Cook out there, and they got Durant. Here we go on the shot clock. 15, big clock at 56 seconds. Remaining in regulation. Salmons is on Durant. Westbrook, oh, he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds. 22 turnovers by the Thunder.
Just with that left foot, right foot, right on the line there. Good call by the official, Michael Smith, right on it.
Fredette is in with Evans, Salmons, Cousins, and Marcus Thornton.
I like the call here. You spread the floor and put shooters in both corners.
Tyreke Evans took it right down the throat. Clock at 39 seconds. Free throws coming up for the Kings. Harden was reaching in. Harden picks up his second. Tyreke Evans from Philadelphia. Finalist for the College Basketball Player of the Year in his season at Memphis. Number 4 overall pick, the Rookie of the Year in the league, as we talked about. A lot of hopes for this franchise, resting on what this young kid can give this team.
Especially when you have good shooters in the corner, as Reggie said, and a penetrator up top. He has to have the ball moving, creating mismatches, or with Cousins inside. You like seeing the 2 young guys taking control now.
Very much the same way you're seeing Kevin Durant being isolated, almost like Dirk Nowitzki for Dallas, up top so you can see the whole floor.
Westbrook, Durant for 3. Rebound by Cousins. Foul on Westbrook. And 27 seconds to play.
And if you're Westbrook, you did not need to foul there. You had about a 3.4 second shot clock differential there. You play it out, come up with a stop. Now you're sending Cousins to the free throw line.
You're right, Reggie. I think that was a little frustration. If you notice Westbrook, he had that tip dunk time perfectly, except he jumped a little too early and stayed up there long. But you're right. I think he was so frustrated he didn't think about the clock situation.
Remember, Sacramento will have a foul to give. Timeout, 4-point lead, 27.4 to play. In their only national TV appearance, the Sacramento Kings lead the top team in the Western Conference on TNT.
Nope.
Oklahoma City has one timeout remaining. You see the foul to give by Sacramento. 27.4 to play in regulation.
You have to love the situation, Reggie. I mean, being right now, the Kings aren't in this situation a lot. And you talked about making the free throws. They made the free throws to be in this position. You want to see how they're going to finish out defensively.
You guard against a quick three right here, but if you're also the Thunder, if you can get a quick two and you start to play the free throw game.
Thunder led by 8, just under 5 to play. The Kings have gone on a 16-4 run. Little hand check there on top. They had a foul to give. Thornton picked it up. 25.7.
Looks like Scott Brooks is going to settle for going for a quick two, with Westbrook going straight to the hole.
Thornton just fouled out of the game. He was big in that fourth quarter.
Back-to-back threes.
Yep, he had 15 for the game and 10 in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Isaiah Thomas takes his place. A turnover, and it is off of... Initially, it was signaled it was off of Oklahoma City, and they're still talking about it.
Yeah, now they can go and look at the replay here. Regardless, they should go look at the replay. Yeah. When you have that, the advantage to go look at it, you might as well go take a look. So you're absolutely correct. Now the play on, they are calling it the Thunder ball. I don't see Isaiah Thomas touching it at all.
I think it was off of Westbrook, it looked like. Huh?
Actually, I think the sub of Isaiah Thomas for Thornton and him getting the foul was actually a plus for the Kings because his quickness, he's much quicker than Thornton, and actually stayed with them on that, Reggie. It does not look like it was off the Kings.
And if it is a turnover by the Thunder, that is the 6th turnover by Russell Westbrook tonight, to go along with his 31 points. And that's the one thing when Charles was talking about not really liking the offense of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, you only have 3 assists, 31 points, but you have 6 turnovers.
Michael Smith, Derek Collins, and Trey Maddox looking at it.
That's a turnover. I love that the officials have this ability, to get it right. At the end of the day, you want them to get it right.
I've lost an official there at the very end, too.
No wonder it was tough for him to make that call, falling over a couple of fans.
Yeah, well, that's why you have brothers out here to help him out.
Well, they had the blackout tonight. They gave every fan that came into the arena a black T-shirt in the blackout for the Kings. There is such great pride in this city, in this team. They've got a new coach. They've got the youngest team in the NBA. And it's so interesting because Oklahoma City was in this same position just a couple years ago. Young team, rising stars. Maybe we're seeing something of that in the Sacramento Ball Club.
Well, I think what we're seeing in Oklahoma is something so special. And I think that it's great that Sacramento puts teams like this, like a young Portland, in their sights to become that. But this is really tough. Sam Presti's done a great job drafting guys, developing guys, letting them win together, letting them lose together, and being at this point of maturity.
Sean Salmon's a 10-year veteran who inbound the ball with 21 seconds to play. Tyreke Evans, and the quick foul, 19.6. Evans will be at the line where tonight for the Kings. He is 3 of 4 from the stripe.
All now you got to do is make free throws. Get back and play good defense, challenge shots. The game is yours. Look, the Kings, they've won 3 of their last 4. A huge game that they won down in New Orleans, being down 18 points in the second quarter, found a way to come back and win that ball game. It's those type of character games that help develop young teams.
Especially when Keith Smart didn't get a training camp.
Yeah.
He didn't get time to work with these players and develop them himself. So, you know, they may be coming into their own, or maybe, you know, benefiting from the fruits of his labor now, you know, whereas other teams may have had a head start. So you have to give them, you have to give Coach a little bit of credit because they're coming into their own now.
Seven-0 Sacramento run. Here comes Westbrook. Perkins' screen. Punch back up and in. Westbrook puts it through. 33 for him. Quick foul on Russell as Evans was out of the box and off to the races. An 8.3 to play. In a 4-point game, and free throws coming up for the Kings. Foul goes on Westbrook, number 5.
The air ball by Daquan Cook, and one of the better offensive rebounding guards in the game today, Westbrook, to get his 33rd point to go. But for the Maloofs and Kevin Johnson and all the guys that are here for this blackout, this is a wonderful win against the team with the best record in the NBA right now.
Evans this season from the line, 77%.
And I didn't get a chance to say hello to Mother Maloof, but I know she's up in the suite enjoying this game, hoping that this continues to happen, not just this year for the blackout, but for years to come.
Final timeout taken by Oklahoma City. They're down right now in Sacramento by 5.
Maybe this vacation wasn't a good idea.
Vacations are always a good idea. No time. Out, quickly. You're miles from your destination. You'll need a hotel tonight.
We don't have time to bid.
You don't have to bid. At Priceline, you can choose from thousands of hotels on sale every day. Save yourself some money.
It's what I would have wanted.
That's our story, with Sacramento on top by 5 and under 10 seconds to play. A look at the upcoming NBA schedule on TNT. Inside the NBA coming up next from Atlanta. Then it's Boston at Chicago next Thursday. We'll get ready at Gibson's. Say hi to our friend Mo, and then the Clippers will take on Portland. Here we go. Durant way outside, throwing up. Picked up by Evans. That'll do it. The Kings have upset the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Good job, baby.
That's DeMarcus Cousins, who tonight had a 19.9 rebound game. Big win for Keith Smart. They go to 10-16, home record of 7-4. Oklahoma City will drop to 20-6, road record of 11-5, and their little short 2-game winning streak will come to a close. Kings have won 4 of 6. Let's go to Cheryl Miller.
All right, Coach. First of all, you said before the game that you wanted to use OKC as a template for this team. Talk about these 2 young stars and Marcus Smart.
Well, that's what we're trying to build. These 2 guys right here are the stones right now, and they got to play great all the time. Now, they're young and they get excited, but they have to build what they have done right there. And if they can keep this process up, we're going to get there. If they don't infight with each other and grow as brothers, we'll get there.
A lot of positives in this game. Just talk about a win like this for you guys, and what does it mean?
I mean, a lot. I mean, we're a young team. You know, we are developing, and we just got to keep playing hard and work together. You know, we can make it far in this league.
DeMarcus, my brother Reggie, and Chris Webber were saying throughout the whole night, can they get this consistency from you? It's not about the points, it's about the effort at both ends, keeping the ball alive, taking charges. How do you respond to that?
I'm trying my best every night to help this team get wins. And I'm gonna give my effort every night from now on.
All right, thanks for your time. Congratulations, Kevin. Let's send it back to you.
Evans had 22, Thornton had 15. Thompson had 11 off the bench, 10 from Green. The Thunder had 33 from Westbrook and 27 from Durant and 17 from Harden. Oklahoma City had 23 turnovers, 6 in the fourth quarter. They lose tonight here in Sacramento. Coming up next, it's Inside the NBA presented by Hyundai. For Reggie Miller, Chris Webber, and Cheryl Miller and the rest of our terrific crew, producer Rodney Vaughn, director Lonnie Dale, Kevin Harlan saying good night from Sacramento. Right now, let's take you to Atlanta and the award-winning Ernie Johnson Jr.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Here we are all in our chairs, except for I got a chair malfunction over there.
Quit screwing around, Ernie.
It's all
what happens when you come late. Hey, man, hurry up and go to commercial.
How long do you think you can hold that stand?
Not long.
Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai, coming your way next.
Cook a steak on my thighs.
I'd rather not, thank you. We've got highlights of all 4 games. LeBron makes another decision, sort of. That story on the way on Inside.
You on my chair?
I like that steak well done.
Oh, my goodness.